Hey everybody. So it's time. It's time to beat this game. That's 3 sit downs, not too bad. Like I could beat this game in like a dedicated afternoon. Not too long. At one time, Craven electronically weaponized the lion's head on his vest. He then found that he could stun, tranquilize, send an electro burst, fire ultrasonic blasters, and even emit a double-barreled ray to magnetize the electrolytes in his prey's musculature. I'm not sure if that means anything, actually.
All right. Somewhere in this giant construction yard is the next Oh, well, this is a little too easy. Why did I say that?
Out of my way!
Juggernaut. Yeesh, could things get any worse?
I'm an outdated meme, bitch!
Give up, Juggernaut. Silver Sable's on your tail.
Get lost!
Not a chance, Marco. My wild pack can track your every move. And for the bounty that's on your head, we'd follow you to the ends of the earth.
I think I'll just let them play through. All I care about right now is that frag... Oh, come on! Juggy must have picked it up somehow, and he's probably too stupid to even realize it. Can't let Sable take him in before I get that fragment. All right, Spidey, think. Sable said something about tracking him. Ah. This'll buy me a little alone time with Juggy.
All units! Juggernaut is moving fast to the east. Don't let him get away!
Great! Now it's just him and me.
You!
Great! Now it's just him and me.
Okay, I do not remember this boss fight at all. Hooray!
Is that why they call you the Juggernaut? I totally get it now.
Ow!
Here is your chance. When he smashes the ground.
Where do you go? Oh, there he is. Shit. He's gonna pick that. Oh no, he's not gonna pick that up. Come on. You don't get to do the cool thing. Oh.
You're gonna be roadkill!
Just smash the ground, please, so that I can.
No.
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 Damn it,
No.
Speed!
No.
Okay. How's it going?
I'm pretty
Out
alright.
of my way, little
I
man!
wish he would smash the ground like he's supposed to, so that way I may damage him.
Sir, please, I'm letting you smash.
Yes!
I know you're not the Hulk, so it's not like your entire thing, but at the same time, like, you're pretty good at smashing.
Thought his entire thing was get out of my head, Charles.
No, his whole thing is an outdated meme from like 2009.
He's
Way, little
the
man!
Juggernaut.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! We're gonna put this in the third movie because the internet finds it hilarious.
How those movies suck.
The first two weren't bad.
They were pretty mediocre.
Yeah, but they were the best we had at the time.
Which is really sad if you think about it.
It
Like
really
how long
is.
it took for fucking superhero movies to get passable.
Like we had X-Men, and then we had X2, which was pretty all right. Like I'd say that X2 is probably like the best X-Men movie of the original trilogy.
Okay, but don't forget the Raimi Spider-Man films.
I'm not, because those are awful.
Out of my way, little man!
I still love the fucking reference to them in Homecoming and Raimi's like obsession with the American flag.
Hey, remember when Raimi made like a big old scene? It's like, hey, we're New Yorkers and we stand up for ourselves, and then he did that again, and then he did that a third time.
Laughing boy. Now hold still while I deliver the
Yeah, no, it's good.
Because Raimi's a fucking
I-
hack.
I also genuinely like Venom, because Venom and Eddie clearly fuck.
Well, I guess that's one interpretation.
Isn't Juggernaut one of the X-Men villains? Yeah, Juggernaut's one of the X-Men guys. But at the same time, like this game is
There's a nice little
kind of all like I don't know why they needed to have Juggernaut in here when they don't even have the Lizard.
I see where this
Like
is
you don't have one of your
going.
fucking A-listers in here, but you have the Juggernaut.
One of your originals. But yeah, I don't know. This game seems not great.
it's
Also,
a lot.
what is her everything?
It's not.
How is her body bend?
I don't know. This game isn't as good as anywhere near as good as I remember it being, but it's also not a trash fire. So
Her midsection looks super fucked.
yeah, this game isn't a complete trash fire. It's pretty good, but it's not anywhere near as like good as I remember it being. I remember this game being like I used to say like, yeah, this is like the Arkham Asylum for Spider-Man, and now I'm playing it again and I'm like, why did I ever think that?
Don't insult Arkham Asylum like that. I still genuinely enjoy the first Arkham game. I enjoy Arkham Asylum. Everything after that, not for me.
I liked all of them except Origins, and that's because Origins wasn't done by Rockstar. It was done by WB in a blatant grab attempt because Arkham Knight was going to take 4 years to make. So they're like, we need something to come out in the meantime so we can keep making money and keep reminding people, hey, the Arkham series is a thing. And so they
Man,
just...
that sounds like a certain other thing that happened recently.
I don't...
Take this,
Fallout 76.
Oh, yeah.
Because Fallout 76 was made and put out to fill in a gap year.
Oh, yeah, because they don't have a new Elder Scrolls and they don't have a new Fallout, so they just made...
No, they don't have any new titles this year.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Except for 76. Which, I mean, good
That's
going.
the reason 76 was made in 2 years.
Good going. Good going there.
Piss all budget.
I hear that like new fans are reacting how like classic fans reacted to Fallout 3, where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's a complete betrayal of everything you knew Fallout to be, and it's like, welcome to what people were saying back in 2004, 5, 6, something, 7.
I'm gonna be real, it was a blatant cash grab from the beginning, and this was a strictly ZeniMax move.
Bravo 1, cover me. We'll finish.
Like, this isn't, like, say, Todd Howard's fault. This is Pete
Thought they'd
Hines
never
all the
leave.
way.
I still like to blame Todd Howard because blaming Todd Howard's easy.
That's fine, but I feel bad for the guy because he gets a bit more shit than he deserves.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that ZeniMax had rebranded their publishing branch to Bethesda specifically for the brand recognition.
Out of my way.
Oh.
That's why there's a Bethesda publisher and a Bethesda game studio, because originally it was ZeniMax being the publishing arm. ZeniMax has always done shady shit, like trying to put Arcane under so they could buy them out.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
Ooh, just us, huh?
Spider-Man's still a target. Get him.
Because Arcane makes really good games.
Yeah. I mean, you fucking hire on the dudes who made Dark Messiah Might and Magic. What do you expect?
We're gonna give you a shit budget to work with. Okay, we'll just make a game that's actually really good with that shit budget. Fuck you.
Whoa, get me out of here.
But yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah, never forget that they are the people behind Dark Messiah Might and Magic, like some of the best fucking first-person combat. Including the boot.
Guys. I don't remember how to deal with these shield guys. Press X during the web strike for innovate. Oh, okay.
Yeah, going back to this actually, I think the only other Spider-Man games other than the PS4 one that I played were the first two on the PSX.
Oh yeah, those before that was like before the big thing was them being open world. This one actually broke mold by not being open world. That's like, that was the big selling point. It's like, hey, it's the first non-open world Spider-Man game, so we can make it like a lot more streamlined and stuff. And for the most part, it works. It's just that sometimes like there's some bad ideas. Like Sandman's entire level you weren't.
Or these shield boys.
Or these shield boys. You weren't here for Sandman's entire level. But the entire gimmick for Sandman's level is that the enemies are made out of sand, so you can't hit them. So you have to get them wet by throwing barrels filled with water at them in order to actually hurt them. And you have to do that for every single enemy in the level, and it sucks.
Now how do I get out of here?
Sploosh.
Following me, wall crawler!
But yeah, no, it's. I remember those ones for the PS1 being actually pretty alright.
For the time, yeah. I've never played them myself, but I hear that they're
Also, I
pretty
was a
good.
child.
Makes an opening.
Yeah, they're all. I hear they're pretty good for the time.
Jealously guards his fears, secretly yearns to
So
bring
there's a
them
lot wrong
Either
with that
him or
helicopter
Irving
flying on through. Like, it was. The rotor was clipping through the wall. On top of, like, the angle it came at it being fucking impossible.
Yeah.
Wow, he really likes throwing stuff.
But me just immediately getting hit.
You trying to jump and eating shit.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I can relate to jumping and eating shit. Let me tell you about playing Far Cry 5 with my girlfriend.
Oh.
Great, that's it.
Oh, I haven't been watching those. I hosted you the other day, but I wasn't watching it because I have no interest in Fallout in the Far Cry series outside of Blood Dragon. Make another fucking Blood Dragon cowards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Far Cry 5 looks like hot shit.
Whoa!
Oh, it's trash. It is bad.
Like even for Far Cry standards, it looks really bad.
But also, it's fun to dick around in with another person. So
Yeah. Those are always the best trash fire games when they're fun to dick around with another person. Like nowhere Star Trek the video game is nowhere near a good game, as my now defunct Let's Play can attest. But my god, it was fun to mess around with a. I might actually consider going back to that as streams and just do like multi-watch stuff, like have Ape and I streaming at the same time. Because let me tell you that it was a good, like, I enjoyed doing the LP, but it was a lot of work because I had to, one, we had to sync up our audio so that way, because we were doing live commentary. Two, I needed to get Ape to record his PlayStation 3. I needed me to record my PlayStation 3, and I needed to find good points to swap between the videos. And man, it was a lot of effort for a game that quite honestly did not deserve that amount of effort.
oh my god, recording on the PS3 is a fucking ordeal.
Gonna be fucking 100% honest. Star Trek did not deserve the amount of effort I was putting into it.
My favorite part about recording, like trying to initially capture my PS3. Oh wow. Was that so first off, I needed an HDMI stripper. I didn't realize that at first, so I had to order one of those. But in the meantime, I had to use this cable that came with my my capture card. Unfortunately, the cable was broken.
Oh.
So you would have to jiggle it to get the right colors. Otherwise, it was all in a red shades, all in red and green. And on top of that, the sound. If you fix the color, the sound would all be coming in the right channel.
Oh, no.
So it was. Hey Jeff. So it was a special kind of amazing. Because like I was playing through Demon's Souls on my own time with like this pink filter on, or just hearing all the audio in the right channel, or everything being monochrome too. That was another good one. Thankfully I have the stripper now, but I'm afraid my PS3 might be dying.
Oh yeah, PS3 dying is a real concern. Like this is my second PlayStation 3 that I've gone through, and oh god, it is a thing. Like man, it is.
Mine is a launch fat boy.
Mine's a launch fat boy too.
Nice.
In fact, when went to replace it, they actually offered to give me a Slim for less money, and I'm like, no, fix my Fat Boy, please.
Yeah, I love my I don't even play PS2 games on it, but I love my Fat Boy.
Yeah, I hardly ever play PlayStation 2 games on it. Like any PlayStation 2 game that I really want to play is available in high definition on PlayStation Network these days. So
yeah, let me tell you about my boy, Dark Chronicle, otherwise known as Dark Cloud 2. On the fucking PS4, it's great.
Take that!
That said, it does have games. I do like the PS1 classics on there, like my boy Tomba and Tomba 2. I love those games. Shut up. They're so good.
I've never played them. I'm not laughing because I'm judging you. I'm laughing because it's like, yeah, no, I get it. There's a reason why I haven't gotten rid of my PlayStation 3 yet, especially my Fat Boy.
I haven't gotten rid of mine because I have a bunch of games for it that are actually pretty alright. Like,
yeah.
I have the Metal Gear Solid collection.
Yeah, I don't think I had the collection, but I definitely have like the HD versions of 2 and 3, and of those games, one of them's good.
2 is great, dude.
I hate 2. I hate 2 so much.
Like, so here's the thing. 3 is a better game, but 2 actually tries to send more of a message. Like it I don't know, narratively I'd say it's better. Also, it kind of makes fun of fans.
Yeah, it does.
Just say you got something I need.
Which is great.
You want an explanation for everything? Well, here you go. It's the most nonsense, stupid, like, fucking out there...
not
explanation
just that, but
ever.
Like everybody wanting another Solid Snake and shit like that.
Oh yeah. Hey, you want a Solid Snake again? Well, here you go. You get to play for him in like 20 minutes, and then he basically is gone from the story until.
It's even better than that, because for those who don't know, like the Raiden reveal was a big fucking thing.
It was.
Because all of the promotional material had Snake. Like even gameplay, they swapped out Raiden with the Snake model.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, even the big reveal at the end about the society control program was like taking the piss out of video games.
Yeah. I do love that you can make Raiden's name suck my dick.
I think I made him Ass Man for mine. I like how one time I tweeted a dev a screenshot from their game I took of someone calling me Ass Man, like, do you want to live, Ass Man? And they called me out saying, like, yeah, actually, ass is the only word that could get past the naughty words filter, because so many names use it.
Yeah.
I got fucking called out by a dev for my dumb name. Yeah, no, Naren, that's exactly it. Like, Raiden was being trained to be another Snake. Like, he went through the simulation for Shadow Moses.
Wasn't that the whole plot of Ghost Babel?
Yes. That was actually the plot of Ghost Babel. That it doesn't reveal to you until the very fucking end.
And only if you get like 100%.
Something like that. It's real dumb. No, it's not. It's you have to go through the timed bits, I think. Like the special missions, the VR missions.
Yeah.
And you have to go through every single one. And once you get through all of them, then you get that message calling you Jack.
Hey, Juggernaut, I got something for you.
Which is the weirdest thing.
I like how when they're like, "Hey Snake, what's your real name?" He's like, David."
No, Snake Plissken, which is like the most on-the-nose shit.
No, I mean in the first game, they're like, "What's your real name?" Dave. My name's Dave.
Wasn't it like John, as in John Doe?
No, was it? I thought it was supposed to be like, I thought it was Dave because it was like David, because it was David Hayter voicing him. So he's like, "My name's Dave."
I love him too. His fucking codename being Snake Plissken, which is like, wow, could you be any less subtle?
That's my cue to boogie. Thanks for the ride, guys.
Secondary target acquired.
Like, as if Metal Gear 1 wasn't, like, blatantly Escape from New York to begin with.
That sounds
Yeah.
better in my head. How am I gonna get through that mess?
On top of, you know, just the main character obviously being based on him. Like, I think it was in Metal Gear 2, originally, like in the Japanese version, I think it was, that the main character just looked exactly like Kurt Russell. Like, exactly.
Oh yeah, like fucking that was all Solidus was just like, hey, I'm Kurt Russell.
Like,
I'm
like
also the
Snake
president.
Snake was like blatantly Kurt Russell. He even had the mullet.
Yes.
And then they fucking give him an eye patch later. Like, come the fuck on. And then once again, Snake Plissken is the most blatant thing imaginable.
Yeah. Although there was a level in this game earlier where you're fighting Scorpion in Spider-Man 2099, and he's laying eggs, and the eggs are hatching into like giant, like alien, like scorpion things, and it's like, oh, this is just Alien, you know? It's a pretty cute reference. And then at some point, one guy goes, he says, it's like, he's like, high score's gone, man, high score's gone. And it's like, oh, you're just out and out blatantly making it like, hey, this is Alien now. Okay.
It kind of stops being charming past a point.
Yeah. When you make something that's like a blatantly obvious reference, that's pushing it over the edge. But like, I was appreciating the Aliens reference until they were like, game over, man, game over. It's like, okay, you just took it a little bit too far.
Also, I appreciate the realization that Raiden is the most multicultural man alive.
Oh yeah, he's a white man living in South Africa.
Yeah, he's a white boy from Liberia,
Yeah.
raised by an American. Then he moves to America and takes on a Japanese code name.
Yep.
It's with the katana.
Yeah, not only does he move to America, he moves to fucking New York, which is like a cultural, like, you know,
Hell.
yeah, it's just so, this is so much there. I like New York.
I don't want to get shot.
I'm actually visiting up there in April, like the end of yeah. I've been.
I'm not huge on cities.
I am, but that's because like I fucking hate my small town that I live in.
No, I can understand that as being like a sort of reaction to. I know. I don't like it. It's very busy.
I kind of like the busy. I also kind of like the thing like where there's like stuff to do.
Yeah, no, that I can get behind. Like, everything being, like, conveniently in arm's reach is stellar.
Like, even if it's
But, like,
not,
to some
even if
extent
it's not in arm's reach, it is within a subway ride.
But also, let me tell you about living in Rhode Island and how you only ever need to go, like, half an hour at most to get anywhere.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
It's great.
I mean, I live in the biggest town in my county, but even then, the county only has 30,000 people in it. So saying that I live in the smallest town in my county is basically saying, hey, we have 2/3 of the population of an extremely tiny county here.
My state is so small, it's used as a fucking metric for judging the size of other things.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Raise your hand.
My tiny... Literally, it's an hour and a half drive if you're going from, like, ass end of the state to ass end of the state.
Maryland's not much. Like, I think to get between one tippy top part of Maryland to the other, it's like 4 hours. Not too bad.
Right, y'all are also, like,
Good time. Raise your hand.
long lengthwise.
Yeah. That's what she said.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Damn. You got no girth. You got no girth.
It's like a spaghetti noodle.
Oh no! It's a
There's some for you.
Whereas my state's like a square.
Yeah. Not a perfect
So
square.
which
there's
one?
a couple. He lives in Rhode Island. I live in Maryland.
I think Wyoming is the only perfect square.
Well, yeah, that's because that was a whole different beast. My state just happened to be founded because a dude was cool with Jewish people and fucking Protestants.
Get out of here.
Like straight up, that's how it got founded. Is Roger Williams is like, you know what?
Okay, now what?
Fuck these Puritans. Other religions are okay.
I'll give you a hand, but I need
Yeah,
your help
isn't
with
that pretty much every state in New England except for Massachusetts? It was like, fuck Puritans.
something. I
Kind of,
know,
but mine
it's
was
still a
specifically
simple
religious
math.
freedom. Was like kind of the big thing. Initially. Also, Roger Williams is kind of crazy.
I need your help, okay?
Crazy in what way?
Crazy and batshit.
Like, was he an alcoholic? Bipolar?
No. He thought he was real special, let's say. But, no, it's. I think, yeah, my state had the first synagogue in the country, actually.
Hello, I heard Ben Riley.
Yeah, Ben Riley suit.
Oh yeah, there's a book by Roger Williams called like the Bloody Tenet of Persecution.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
I do not miss the time when we were still figuring out how to do cell shading.
I mean, we had figured it out by this point. It's just
This is just
Small
weird.
time.
This is just weird cell shading that they use as to differentiate from the other cell shading that is also in this game, because there are two different kinds of cell shading, because there's two different kinds of Spider-Man that use cell shading for some reason.
Look, the two best times I've ever seen cell shading are in Wind Waker.
Yep.
And also the new Spider-Man with that one very
Yes.
specific outfit.
Well, actually, there's another outfit that's sort of like that. It's based off the manga version, and it has basically the same techniques.
It's really fucking good. Like seeing screenshots.
Yes.
We get like Dragon Ball Fighters. That looks fun.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighters is fantastic.
For a long time, I thought Dragon Ball Fighters were like handheld, were like hand-drawn cell animations
Yeah.
and not 3D models.
So, Arc System Works has fucking perfected cell shading to an amazing degree. Like, holy shit. They fucking have smear models for their goddamn fighters.
They have like, they use like weird camera angles and enlarge the models before shortening. It's really impressive.
Yeah, once again,
That's like
fucking
if you've seen
smear
it.
models. They have models for smear frames.
Look up, there's like videos you can find on YouTube of the
That's how you
little
put the scene.
cutscenes of the special moves where they do them from a fixed angle instead of the angles they use. And so they do all kinds of weird things to their models to make them look like really good. With like Gohan will have a giant fucking hands for the foreshortening.
It's really
Kirby's
good.
Juggernaut before
really
single
good.
thugs blast him
Really
and the fragment to
impressive.
pieces.
Yeah.
Like they have perfected that form, and it's amazing.
Is that supposed to be the Juggernaut?
Yes, that is supposed to be the Juggernaut.
It is
like-
indeed.
You ever see that old? You remember
Okay, but look at his
Dexter's
butt.
Lab?
I'm ending this.
And they had that Justice Friends cartoon.
No, I don't remember that because I didn't have cable when I was a kid.
The Juggernaut has
Neither did I.
Okay. Yeah, the Infraggable Kronk.
And Valhallen.
Oh, I
Alright,
kind of
yeah,
remember those. Yeah, guys. Yeah.
There was a character. He was a pretty minor character even in that show.
Nothing like
He was like a speeding bullet, and he
was.
was sort of like Silver and Iron Man combined. And the Juggernaut in this looks almost exactly like that. I'm gonna find this.
The Juggernaut looks
Please
like a
do.
bitch in this. Hey, guess what? I already made a reference to the fact that there is an outdated meme from 2007 that they referenced in
Okay, but his
fucking Spider-Man or X-Men 3.
Oh no, he's called the Living Bullet. Okay.
That's why I carry
okay,
a
but the
around.
Juggernaut's butt is surprisingly good. Weird. Just gonna say that now.
Well,
He's a big man.
I know what
Big
kind
man.
of things Torpo's into now.
You really do not, actually.
Kind of fucking. I just want the image.
So, we've settled that the Juggernaut is thick, but how many C's of thickness is he?
Maybe 2.
Behold the Juggernaut.
The Juggernaut.
The
Ah, yes, that boy. I remember.
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
Does he not exactly look like that?
Kinda, yeah.
Where's the camera going? Where's the camera going?
Into my face.
It's first person, you see. It's
What? I don't know what's going on.
What is happening?
What? Okay, now I'm not moving at all. Okay.
I think you broke something.
think I need to restart from checkpoint.
No, just let this happen.
I can't.
Film this, put it on like Pornhub. You'll get like 1 million views.
I would. I'd get more views showing that off than I would like doing anything on YouTube.
Don't be so bashful. With a little makeup, you can be quite average.
Good. Now you can use your mental powers to attack him, or your fists.
Poke him in the eyes.
Wow, his head is massive.
He's not doing anything to stop this.
No,
He wants
which
this.
His arms aren't restrained or anything, he's
weird.
just like,
It's
okay.
weird. Usually when you're in those first-person like, punch them in the face things, they try to fight back, but that time he just stood there and took it. Why?
Can't believe the Juggernaut's a sub.
This is gonna be a bumpy ride.
Well, I mean, wouldn't that not
Also,
actually
what are
hit
you
the Juggernaut at all, though?
sitting on?
Being-
Going in! It'll be a miracle if either of them survived that.
I'm pretty sure that's not enough to destroy the building, but you do you.
Yeah, you don't weigh a whole lot. I
fragment before
don't know. Okay.
I'm pretty sure those floors were not all load bearing. Like you did
It's
not
a Trump-
perfectly lock out every supporting
Look,
column on
this
your
city
way down.
contracted to the lowest fucking bidder, okay?
The Trump.
This happens.
Yeah, we built this building out of modeling clay and balsa wood.
Don't forget cardboard.
Money.
And
I'm pretty
popsicle sticks.
I think cardboard would actually stand up a little bit better than that.
I couldn't stop him before. And here he is, more
Why
unstoppable.
has
the
he got
pipes
yellow
were poorly
stink?
built and leaking, so it was all wet.
Oh, he's emitting a yellow stink because this whole game is about collecting these pieces of a magic stone that have scattered across different dimensions.
The stank stone.
And so, and as a result, when enemies get them and start using the stank stone's powers, they emit stank lines.
They smell real bad, which I can only imagine the Juggernaut smells fucking horrendous.
Oh, I cannot imagine what the Juggernaut would even begin to smell like.
Just
Isn't
walk
it
into a,
canon that he's like welded into his armor and he can't take it off?
Okay, you want to imagine what this Juggernaut smells like? Just walk into any given Games Workshop and take a
Oh no!
Please,
Oh
just
no!
go to a competitive Smash tournament.
find any local Magic the Gathering tournament.
No,
Please stop painting with such vivid words.
Take a tour of a cheese factory.
That man
That
has
probably
just been
smell better.
stewing in his own juices for years. The stink must be unholy.
When I went to visit my grandmother,
You know,
we
there's-
would driving on the highway. We'd go by dairy farms. You get all the cow manure. That probably smells better than the Juggernaut.
There's
Just
a
mountains
bunch of
cow manure.
There's a bunch of supervillains that are just welded into their own armor. Cause like that's the whole thing with the Rhino these days, is that he's just like melded into the Rhino armor stuff.
I think Rhino probably goes through like a car wash once in a while.
Yeah, Juggernaut just like doesn't care. Juggernaut seems very much like the kind of person who just does not give a shit about his personal hygiene.
Like Juggernaut picks up a bar of Irish Spring and then nothing can stop the Juggernaut and just crushes it in his hand and throws it away.
Like, Like, you're gonna need an old priest and a young priest to handle that fucking stick.
And the interesting thing is like, well, at least he probably doesn't fart, because I don't think the Juggernaut eats or drinks anything, or at least he doesn't need to.
My favorite thing is that the reason he probably doesn't take any sort of shower is because, like, the minute he takes off his helmet to go take a shower, like, Charles is in his head, it's like, hey, how's it going? New phone, who dis?
Oh, you're right, that is probably why he doesn't shower.
Okay,
or at
but
least
how does he poop?
he doesn't need to poop. He doesn't need to eat or drink or breathe, because he's magic.
Ah, I see.
Unless there's in the continuities where he's a mutant.
Oh, thank you,
then
Naren,
he
for
probably
the
does.
clip of me phasing into, like, the Juggernaut's shoulder.
Like, that phasing into the shoulder thing reminds me of recently us playing fucking Red Dead Online like a jackass.
Yeah. I played like an hour of that and like decided, nope, this is bad. I'm gonna stop.
And I had a
Because I-
sheriff fucking astral project at my ass.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You posted that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Just for some reason, he made coffee with his mind as he sat at the desk writing on the desk.
could you, in Red Dead Online, can you get like a Ned Kelly suit of armor and just go around shooting up people being completely bulletproof?
God, I fucking wish.
No, that would require that to be a good game.
It's also really good because everyone plays this like shitty white ass cowboy fantasy, so my character, who's a fucking Chinese girl, just looks completely out of place.
Cool.
Oh.
I remember reading about that, is that like most cowboys weren't even white.
No! The fucking Lone Ranger, like the person he's based off of, was black, and like his actual legacy is fucking insane.
Yeah.
You know, the only reason I can think of that I'd want to play Redemption Online is if I could just like build like a posse of just
First, he got Vulture and Hammerhead, and now he's
black
here.
and Asian and minorities, just a rainbow of minorities, and we all dress up in bright pink or purple, and we just run around just killing everyone. I imagine this would make the kind of people who play Red Dead Redemption Online very, very friendly.
Like a,
So
like a
there was-
reverse clan or something?
Yes, reverse clan.
Anti-clan.
The anti-clan.
There you go.
The Ku
One thing I
Klux
do
Killers.
want to...
That's
One
our
thing I do
clan.
wanna-
That's our posse name now. Anti-clan.
One thing I do want to read more about is like apparently after the Civil War in like the West, there were a bunch of towns that were founded that were like entirely African American, because there was like, okay, we want to get out of the South because of the legacy of slavery, so we'll just move out into the middle of nowhere and be away from white people. I just think it'd be interesting to see like the history of those towns, like how long they lasted, all
It
that.
didn't help that they also caught shit in the north too. Like there was no good place to go.
Oh yeah, the
Walk
North was
animation.
also bad.
Like, I don't want to distract from our conversation, but what is this walk
He's
animation?
crouching.
I don't.
He's crouching. That's not his normal walk animation.
He's got horrible scoliosis.
It feels like it should be playing some old timey sneaky music on there, like
Dun, dun,
Do, 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 do.
Down like the wild dog you
What a
are.
fucking
And last
game.
but not least,
like you're about to
I'm
go
gonna bring back the
steal
fight, starting
a woman and
now.
tie her to railroad tracks. That's what's happening here.
I mean,
And grenades are
to
just
be fair,
big
this
black spears with white
to be
fuses
fair, this
coming
is
out.
the noir universe, so that's not too far off.
Also, to date, my favorite group that I was in Red Dead Online was actually the very first one I was in, which was my character, a Chinese girl, and then on top of that, there was our drunk hobo cowboy friend, a gay hunk who was shirtless,
Ah, a gunk.
and a black cowboy.
Gotta save them.
It was beautiful. It was really amazing seeing the gay cowboy just like strut up for the quest.
How does that even work? Is there like a certain posture
Yes,
you can?
you can
Yes.
set your walk animation.
People in danger all over.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
One of them is flamboyant.
It's also really good because they readjusted the economy in the strongest air
People in danger all
quotes.
over the place here.
Because they decreased the prices all over the place, and they gave some like apology money but also money still sucks to get, and getting gold bars is still hell.
Yes.
500 atoms.
Like one of the articles that basically, well, they're just kind of clipped together.
give you whatever I
Okay.
got.
No, they're
No, they-
they're further down.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of
It
the
was-
articles there was something like a can of baked beans in Redemption,
hey, I'm trapped.
Red
I'm trapped. Do
Dead
something.
Redemption Online
There are people
is
in
worth
danger all
more
over
than
the
a
place
gold
here.
watch.
It was a platinum earring that was $120, and the can of beans was $150.
Yeah, it was ridiculously stupid.
Is those some magic beans from West of Loathing?
Nope, they're just normal ass beans in a can.
Aw, West of Loathing is such a good fucking game, man, guys.
You know, just like, nice can of beans. And
It
the time
is.
Before the
I-
FDA was a thing, you know, get you a nice can of botulism.
I fucking love West of Loathing. I really need to stream West of Loathing because it is so good.
Please, sir, do not shit talk botulism in front of me. Thank you.
Gotta save those people.
Cause I'm about to get approved for fucking Botox for my migraine.
Oh, damn. Have you tried acupuncture? My grandmother used to have migraines, and
it is a
helped her.
chronic migraine. I get it every day.
Well, I mean, it might help. I mean, I don't think she was chronic with her, but she said she got it and it like cured them, and she's never had them. And it seems like it's one of those things where it's like 50-50. Like half of the people who get it, it cures them. The other, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I trust the Botox. There's science behind
Let's do a
it.
compromise here. We'll do the acupuncture, but we'll coat the needles in Botox beforehand.
It's actually 31
I hear ya.
injection
On my way.
sites, so it's actually not that far off.
Yeah, I agree. Like with the acupuncture, it's like science is kind of but you know, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Well, it'll cut my headaches by half, so you know what? I'm pretty okay with the Botox. It also helped get rid of these
Yeah.
wrinkles in my face. These wrinkles in me, a 26-year-old.
You should just be like me, another 26-year-old, and never smile.
Yeah.
So,
I have baby smooth skin.
I just so we just got a good look at that suit. I thought we were playing Spider-Man Noir.
We are. This is a
Noir.
this is an alternate costume of like it's the concept art. It was concept art when they first were drawing up designs for Noir.
The inferior Noir costume is what you're saying.
I'm sorry. I just like you just daintily running past as you're getting
Part of my
shot in
great
the ass by bullets.
Oh god, oh god, oh man, oh god, oh man.
Like, ow, ow, ow,
Ow! 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 Ow!
Stop it. Ow, ow, ow. I'm dead. Ow.
Just, did you know that getting shot by bullets hurts?
What?
Well, does it hurt Spider-Man? Is he super tough, or is he
No,
just like super
no,
strong?
Spider-Man Noir is fucking like made out of cardboard.
You're done.
Honestly, that's the whole reason why there's the whole stealth thing, because like guns in Noirverse hurt.
I hear you. On my way.
Just fuck stealth.
Yeah, unlike a normal human.
Yeah.
You can only get shot about 30 or 40 times in Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
Before it really starts to hurt.
Yep.
How about a little chin music?
Oh no, my greatest weakness, getting shot.
Oh no, my greatest weakness: bullets from a gun.
How did they know?
Well, there are those. In DC, there are
Shit,
those
I got caught again.
aliens that are the
Because-
offshoot of Kryptonians who are weak to lead instead of Krypt.
How could he have spotted you just walking in front of him?
Well, honestly, they tend not to spot you unless you're in directly in sunlight or in light, and this level likes to throw up fucking fireworks every once in a while, so the entire area is lit, and therefore you're just shit out of luck, and you get caught if you're anywhere near somebody.
I'm guessing there's no predictable pattern.
There is. It's
To,
just I think it's sound based, and I have the sound kind of quieted down because I don't want it bleeding through my microphone.
This looks unfun to play.
I actually don't mind this. This is mostly because this is the hardest Noir level in the game because it's the last one. Like I will be the first to admit this game is not as good as I remember it being, because I remember really liking this game, and thinking it was really good, and now it's just like, it's an all right game, I guess. Am I seeing the new Spider-Verse film? Yeah, I mean, I'll go see it. It looks pretty good.
Isn't Nicolas Cage in it?
Oh.
Yes, he plays Spider-Man Noir. Actually.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Noir or yeah. I think it's Noir.
He's apparently a pretty big comics fan.
I mean, he almost did play Superman that one time.
Well, and like his name Nick Cage is a reference to Luke Cage, and he picked it because he's like a cousin of Francis Ford Coppola, and he didn't want nepotism.
Yeah.
So
It's
good on him for that.
He wanted to become famous on his own terms rather than his uncle's terms.
Your buddies now. You know what? Actually, Spider-Man could be the ultimate group therapist.
He just webs
web
two
them together.
He just
You've got an hour to sort your shit out. Go.
oh god. I like all the Prowler references in Homecoming. Because the reason that I'm thinking of that when you say that is because I'm remembering the part where where Spider-Man webs a guy to the car and he's like, oh yeah, that'll dissolve in 2 hours. He's like, dude, I've got ice cream in here. He's like, 2 hours. Think about what you did. And that is actually the Prowler, because
oh yeah, it was.
yeah, because the thing is he's like, you see him earlier in the film, and he's like trying to buy like alien tech, and he's like they're like, we've got climbers, and he's like, what, climbers? And then and that's Prowler's thing. And also he mentions his nephew that lives in the city, and that's a direct reference to Miles Morales.
Is Morales his nephew in the comics, or is that something they just made up for the?
Morales is Morales is his nephew
so
in the
Miles
comics.
Morales, his uncle is the Prowler. And
Yeah.
It was basically just like a cat burglar.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know he's like, he
nothing more
steals. Well, I know, kind of vaguely familiar with him. Like, he would steal things and then he would return them to get the rewards.
So during that whole event, the Secret Wars or whatever they called it, I don't really remember. I don't care enough to look it up. When basically Miles Morales got shunted from the Ultimates universe into the newly created Central universe.
It wasn't newly created, but okay.
No, it was basically restored version of the 616 universe with slight differences. There's a whole thing. If you look
Yeah.
a
whole thing.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. I like the use of Molecule Man and all that shit. But anyway, so in
Oh, by the way, I want you to look at the
Universe.
ragdoll on this guy as I run around with him.
okay, we got crazy legs.
You got crazy legs.
All right, so in the Ultimate Universe, there was a whole thing, and basically, Miles' parents were dead, but his uncle was still around. It was a Prowler, and then I think his uncle died
No, his uncle
was-
died. His uncle died way before then.
or something. Yeah. But his parents were dead. Basically, Miles got shit on pretty bad. But because Miles Morales gave Molecule Man a cheeseburger, Molecule Man, when he put the reality back together, recreated reality so that Miles Morales, his parents were alive, and he had always been there. Because, again, Molecule Man was hungry, and then Miles fed him a cheeseburger. It's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah. It's great.
I don't see the problem.
No, I'm saying it's great. It's hilarious. I love it.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
You make it sound so
Oh, hey, there's the Green Goblin.
Goblin in all his glory. Stronger,
Well,
More of like a yellow goblin.
he's just called the Goblin in this universe. There's no differentiating between green and other hobs or demos.
Like a fairly big dude. Like, go for orc or bugbear.
He's the stinky goblin.
Is that all goblins?
Look, some goblins bathe, you racist.
That's a lie.
It's really fucked up what you're saying. I hope you understand.
And you thought you could beat
Looks like he's kind of covered in molten cheese.
Yeah, it's this whole like thing in the noir universe where like he used to be a circus freak and then he got like some sort of suit that made him look normal, but because it was just a suit, then he just always looks ugly underneath. So I don't know why he's all of a sudden like a lot bigger than he normally is, but here we go.
She said something about getting something to make him stronger.
The stank stone.
It's the stank stone. Yeah, all the stank. It's always the stank stone in this game.
Then yeah, that made him buff. Does Spider-Man Noir, does he have like a alternate costume where it's kind of like, you know, an old-timey bodybuilder where it's like sort of a caveman thing where it's like some furs with a single strap on it, and then he just has a Spider-Man hood?
Unfortunately not, because all the alternate costumes are based off of stuff. So like I said, this was his like concept art stuff. There is, however, a alternate costume for Spider-Man Noir that's Spider-Man 1699, and he's got like the most Victorian ass. He's got like those ruffles in the collar. I don't remember what they're called.
1699? That's not Victorian era.
Or maybe it was
Sorry,
17.
history major.
Maybe it was 1799. I don't know.
Victorian era was like the late 1830s to the 1900s.
Listen. All I know is it's 1600-ish clothing, and
You know, all of this conversation, it makes me want like an alternate time where like Spider-Man was Robin Hood or something.
I think that's essentially what he was in the in the 1699 verse or whatever the year they went with is, because I don't remember.
No, I want him to be like actually Robin Hood though.
Did
Like,
this 1600
great
Spider-Man
power
have
comes
high
with great
heels?
Responsibility. Now yoinks and away.
I'll let you see him. I've already used the alternate costume once, so I was gonna.
Because he should have high heels. That would be period appropriate. Men had high heels because that was associated with riding a horse, because you need a heel to use stirrups.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck is with Green Goblin? I don't know. Like he's got a weird, messed up like fantasy.
Watson Oates.
Trying to step on me. I mean, I get that it's thematic. I'm a spider, but dude.
No, he was trying to crush your junk previously.
Yeah.
putting up more of a fight this time.
You're putting up more of a fight this time. I like that. What makes you think I was putting up a fight before? What? Hold on.
He looks like he should be in a commercial for back pain. Like,
Just get that man an
rub
icy
some
hot.
icy hot on your
Yes!
flowing.
Look. Consider if you let him hit you in the junk once, you won't end up killing Mary Jane.
Damn.
Oh.
That's rude.
It's fucked up.
It is.
It's true though. Just never forget that Spider-Man raw dogs. Always.
Somebody save me!
It's almost as good as the theory that Superman, even his sperm, would be super powered too, so it would have flight and super strength and laser vision.
Laser vision sperm.
Laser vision sperm. I love it.
Yeah, it's some essay that was made. It was called like "Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex," and it's about the difficulty Superman would have in reproducing with anyone other than his cousin, Supergirl.
Ugh.
Find Norman Osborn.
Can we, like,
Please.
just
No.
put whoever wrote that in jail?
Well, it's not saying that he should have sex with her. It's just that like
Where do I
the
find Norman
difficulties of Kryptonian physiology
That doesn't even
under a yellow
track. They
sun.
could just, like,
Somebody save
they could just move to a planet that has a red sun for like a year.
Okay, but laser
Yeah, but
vision
Superman would-
spunk.
Yeah, well, Superman would never do that.
Because he's a
Ben
bitch.
would absolutely do that.
Well, yeah, I guess he got, that could be
would
an
be the
interesting
most
story.
Superman-
Superman's gone for a year, so that he and Lois Lane can conceive, and then comes back to Earth and has to deal with all the shit that went down while he was gone.
Just the kryptonite condom.
Or Kryptonite cock ring.
Yes, see,
a
it's
little-
fine.
Just a little powdered kryptonite as glitter. Let's make it
Just
sexy.
snort a line of kryptonite off Lois Lane's ass.
Well, he probably just has a red sun room in the Fortress of Solitude.
For when you want to feel weak.
Well, I mean, it'd be useful if he, wants to have sex or
He
train.
occasionally flies a prostitute out there.
Yeah, just this is where the magic happens.
There we go. I finally got
Like
this
a really
guy.
nice bed in the red sunroom.
Now here's the
pulls his pants down. Prepare to meet the Man of Steel.
I fucking hate all of you.
Just a bunch of BDSM gear in there. Just, you learn that Superman's a sub, actually.
That's all from Planet Krypton. So it's all,
So it's all.
it's all got the little S on it.
Just kryptonite laced fuzzy handcuffs.
I hope these handcuffs will be able to hold me. Is that what they said in like the Man of Steel movie? Like it means hope, the S or something.
Oh yeah, the S stands for like fucking hope or. some
S
shit.
is not in hope at all. What is this shit?
It's
S stands
for Kryptonian.
It's Kryptonian for hope.
The S stands for shope.
I read something there was in another version. It is actually much cooler. The Superman symbol represents the serpent of ignorance being trapped in the diamond of enlightenment or something like.
It's an S for Superman. You
I thought-
don't need
Yes,
to
I know,
cover
really,
it.
but people want to try and justify it.
I thought the
The-
official
the
explanation
Kryptonian
was
stuff.
it's just his family crest. It just kind of looks. It just happens to look like an Earth S.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the justification. Is like the crest. That's what the crest represents. Is
That is the
thing
dumbest
about
thing.
knowledge and demons. And
So stupid.
Like, how shitty would that be if you had like an awesome family crest, and then you went to another planet and you found out it means like, it looks like their word for poop or something.
Yeah, just he gets there, puts it on, and just somebody asks him, "Hey, Superman, what's the S for?" And he just looks dejectedly. It's Superman.
No, it's like if you go up to him and it's like, "Hey, Superman, nice S. Does it stand for sucks?" And he's like, no." And he's like, "No."
It stands for hole.
It stands
My
for-
mom told me it was cool.
Spider! Blast!
My mom told
What
me
a
my
terrible costume.
mom told me my superhero outfit was cool. It looked like a.
Says the cape makes it looks like I go fast.
Check it! It's the spider guy!
She said that I look like a circus strongman.
so, in that
If I wear my
topic,
underwear on the outside, they don't get dirty.
so
I was gonna say
how
that.
do you feel about
fucker.
underwear on the outside? Yay or nay? Because it's apparently very controversial with Superman fans.
I don't care
you-
either way because it's based off of of old imagery that doesn't really exist anymore.
I mean, I just like the idea of you're wearing this skin-tight suit, but no, you gotta put the underwear on the outside so you don't get the panty lines.
It's meant to mimic old acrobatic outfits.
Yeah, like old circus strongmen.
But nobody remembers that anymore, so it just looks like
Because
underwear.
the circus strongman isn't a thing anymore. The circus is barely a thing anymore.
Come to find out, circuses are super shitty and exploitative.
Yeah. Hey, remember that movie that tried to make what's his name, like super nice and good to his employees when actually he was probably a huge shit to all of them?
The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, The
Walt
Greatest
Disney?
Showman. No, Greatest Show. I'm specifically talking about The Greatest Showman. But yes, also Walt Disney was a shit, and they made a movie that was like, no, we love our Uncle Walt.
Just remember how long it took
Thousands
Barnum
of-
Bailey to finally fucking phase out their elephants?
Yeah.
Thousands of children died in Walt Disney's cell mine.
Millennials are killing the circus.
I'll find him. Checking. It's the spider
Hey, the circus sucked anyway, let's be real.
Can't believe he got
You know who John Major is?
No one for like 40 or so years. If you say to someone, "Hey, let's go to the circus," they'll just be like, "No, why?"
Circus
Why would you
sucks,
go to-
dude. Come on.
Just shut up and let me watch cat videos, you fuck.
Anyway, you know who John Major is?
No.
He was the British Prime Minister after Margaret Thatcher. He's famous as the only person who ran away from a childhood at the circus to grow up to become an accountant.
I'll
Yeah.
show you, Dad.
Did he also age in reverse? Like Benjamin
No, although it's funny because like he took over for Thatcher because like the way the British government works, like you can have power struggles where the prime minister changes without needing a vote. But he actually did subsequently win an election, and it's rather famous because he literally stood on a soapbox when he was campaigning, like talking to people in the street.
Okay, so while we're still on the circus theme, I gotta share a story about my town because my town is weirdly proud of this. So back in like the 10s or 20s, must have been the 1910s. In my town, a circus came through the town, through the railroad, as they did back those days.
Mm-hmm.
And they had elephants, as they did back those days.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the elephants got loose and trampled one of the townsfolk. So they held a trial for the elephant and found it guilty of murder. So they got a crane and they literally hung the elephant.
Huh.
You know what? Good on them.
Yeah.
That's actually, if you think
There's
about it,
photos of this.
if you think about it, that's actually a net positive because now your town has to recognize elephants as people and give them all the rights to citizenship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do that with all the elephants around.
It's like an advertisement for hell.
All of the 0 elephants that are in the town.
Well, see, you know, you
scared them away.
You open up an elephant sanctuary, and then they'll all become voters. Of
Look,
they'll
that
just
elephant
vote
was
for
a
more.
fucking criminal. He had to go.
Something tells me that was the wrong door. Hey,
happened.
Chuckles.
Oh,
I think I read like
it's-
Jumbo was originally was just like the name for a very big elephant, and then it just became an adjective because of how famous he was.
That seems weird because why would you name an elephant Jumbo?
It
Because
probably
it's
means
big.
something
I
else.
don't know what I'm supposed. Like, is there a
It's because
difference
it's
in the
fucking
door?
big.
Fast.
Is there a difference in the
Jumbo
door
didn't
that I'm
mean
supposed to be
big.
finding?
So it was just like a word. Was it like
It might have been
African word?
Yeah, it was probably some African word that,
like some
but
African
in
word that means
English.
It's a particular shade of dirt or something.
Interestingly, like Jumbo died after he was sold to like Barnum and Bailey or one of those.
Oh
and then
wow! An
because he
elephant
got
died under
hit by
Barnum
a
and Bailey's
train.
watch. What is
Well,
shock?
he got what's sad because he got hit by a train, and then it was like really hard. They had to move him off of the train track. They had to like bring out a couple
Hey,
cranes
Chuckles,
to lift
open
him off.
wide.
And it was like really it pissed off because like he was originally in Britain, and it like pissed off like the entirety of the British people that he was being sold off because they knew that he was going to be mistreated in America.
Okay, so
Hey,
it's
Chuck,
actually Jumbo
open wide.
is a combination of two Swahili words. Jambo, which means hello, or Jumbe, meaning chief.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Okay, but Kalon, you see, it meant the right door.
What? I don't know. Like,
Not that
is
one
there?
I mean, I'm all for sitting here watching you get eaten by clowns.
It was the right door. You have to pick the right door.
This
Hey,
one?
Chuckles.
Is it?
Open
I don't
wide.
know. Like, Spider Sense also reveals nothing. What the fuck?
Try the door to your right.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Relative to what?
Hey, Chuckles. Open
When you
wide.
enter the room.
It's a circular room, though. Like, okay, this one hurt
When
me
you
less.
enter the room.
So yeah, when you stand up, don't move. Just go to the door that's at your right. Or-
Well, that
I guess.
certainly
See
is
how
a
this one works.
Some kind of gas.
So I'm not.
Yes.
I have no
see,
idea what the
it
game
was a
is.
fucking joke. It was a goddamn shitty joke, and you didn't read into it.
Okay, either I've flipped my wig, or this room is. Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell.
A room is upside down. Oh my god!
What? Oh no! Ruh-roh, Raggy. So I mentioned this in the I mentioned this in the first stream I did, but this Spider-Man is actually voiced by the '90s Spider-Man, the '90s cartoon
Oh, nice.
Spider-Man.
Come on,
Yeah.
will you-
All the Spider-Men in this game are voiced by different Spider-Man cartoon voice actors. Like like the Amazing Spider-Man is voiced by Neil Patrick Harris, who did the new animated adventures of Spider-Man or whatever it was called. And then there's this one that's 90s Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2099 is voiced by the guy who did 60s Spider-Man, and Ultimate is done by the guy who is done by the kid who did Spectacular Spider-Man, which is actually a really good Spider-Man cartoon. Honestly, everybody watch
it's
Spectacular
The
Spider-Man.
best. It is the best Spider-Man cartoon. That unfortunately got cut short, so there's some real pain threads.
Yeah, the original plan was for it to be like 3 seasons long, and then have 3 animated direct-to-video DVDs. The seasons were supposed to represent his high school years, and the directive movies were going to be like his college years, but it got canceled due to reasons after its 2nd season, which means it ends on a fucking cliffhanger.
I thought it was because of some sort of acquisition.
I think it might have been the acquisition. Yeah, I think.
Or maybe a producer just had a hate boner for it and wanted to kill the show.
It was very abrupt. The death of the show.
Yeah, it was like there was no way anybody saw it coming. I think it might have had to do something with the acquisition, or maybe it had something to do with like the agreement that Marvel had in order to use Spider-Man in its movies.
I keep telling you,
because
Osborn, you gotta pay
because
your electric.
Spider-Man is technically owned by Sony.
Yeah, it was basically because
yeah,
of legal
right.
problems between Disney, who had just purchased Marvel. Like, this is right when they got their hands on Marvel, and Sony, who had the rights to the show. So that Marvel acquisition is what fucked the show over.
Yeah.
So is this just like part of a regular fun house, or did this
Oh, deja
custom
vu.
built for Spider-Man?
Going
What
around
is
in
this?
It's the
circles?
Stank Stone.
As
It's
ever.
just
No,
Stankstone.
it's part of the house that the Joker built for the film of The Killing Joke. And then he sold it off to the Green Goblin.
Oh man. Honestly, no matter what price Norman bought it at, it was a ripoff.
This place sucks.
Yeah.
Well, he's really rich, so, you know,
Oh, we're
rich
doing this
people
again.
don't have
Cool.
to.
Yeah,
Big
we're doing this
financial
again.
That
Cool,
sound.
good.
Oh, more gas. Better find a way out of here before they're measuring me for a wooden kimono.
What the fuck? What do you mean wooden kimono? What? What?
Hey, Chuckles, open.
What?
What a weird joke.
I don't even know if it was a joke.
Got to be kidding me.
Is
Hey,
that like
Chuckles,
old
open
slang?
wide.
I'm gonna look that up.
Oh no, this
I
stank.
know, like, Cairo overcoat used
Tell
to be
me that
slang
was
for a coffin,
before.
but wooden kimono is a new one.
I still have no idea like how you're supposed to be able to
Chuckles,
find out.
So
which-
how-
which one.
How does this even work? So you're ripping one open, it gasses you in the face, and you somehow go unconscious and fall through the center of the room
No, like
into the same room.
you're shoving yourself through the guy's mouth, and I guess it's like a series of chutes and tubes that drop you through the. I'm pushing down. What the fuck? I pushed both things down. Okay, that.
Oh, you're nuts. So yeah, wooden kimono was apparently old slang in the for coffin. Wooden overcoat, Cairo overcoat.
I guess that kind of makes sense. It's something you're wearing over your other clothing.
Oh, I guess he
Punch him in the big glowing spine already.
dishing
God.
out.
Spider-Man's like, I didn't lose.
I didn't lose. You lost.
I'll tear this place down with
My nuts are still perfectly intact. I'm fine.
I'm gonna have kids one day. Just you watch.
And then my wife will die tragically.
Killed before, I'm not afraid to kill again. What?
Ah, that old classic.
Okay, but it clipped really hard.
Good lord, such rage! He must have really hated that ride. Okay, wish me luck. What was that?
Is this the end of the level? Oh, I think this is the end of the level. Okay.
Not gonna lie, I really hate the first person.
Yeah. They do it a lot, though.
Imagine how nauseating a first-person VR Spider-Man game would.
Oh God, I would not be able to eat that.
You're gonna stand there.
I would not be able to play that game until at least I'd been digesting for half an hour.
But also acrophobia. Imagine Spider-Man web slinging in VR with the fear of heights.
Your little sideways walk animation.
God, you look like such a fucking goober.
He's finished. Kill him, filthy immigrant.
Said to stink at you.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
God, he just farted in your direction.
That protuberance on his
gross.
back looks sensitive. Try that.
The protuberance on his back looks sensitive. Try that. That's what I've been trying, lady.
Glowing red. Oh, use the cannon.
I tried. It won't let me use it, unfortunately. I
Maybe you have to load yourself into the cannon. Shoot yourself at him.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I found it. I found out what I'm supposed to do.
Just Spider-Man VR sounds like a great way to get both motion sickness and vertigo.
Yeah.
Excellent alternative to Polina.
Okay. Wow.
I love your stupid dance that you do around him.
Spider-Man.
It's a shame he doesn't do that old-timey boxing pose.
Listen to yourself. You know how crazy you
Gotta
are?
put up your dukes.
Put up your dukes, Goblin. We'll show you what's for.
Come on, I challenge you to fisticuffs.
And may the best Spider-Man win.
Also, it's kind of a rip-off. This is like the 30s or the 40s, which was when superheroes were allowed to shoot supervillains.
Actually,
So you should have,
Spider-Man
like-
Noir does have a gun.
You must use the shadows to your advantage.
What kind, like handgun, Tommy
Yeah,
gun?
he has a handgun in the comics. Oh, what? What the fuck?
The greatest superpower of all, bullet. Wow, what's your superpower? Gone.
Remember when Batman was just like a normal detective? Was and like his thing was he would find out who did the crime, and then he would go find them and then shoot them dead.
Remember the time Batman dragged the criminal from his back plane just around town?
Yeah, I remember that. That was fucking hardcore. That was back when Batman had no rules. Just right. Just like my favorite.
You gotta imagine
Restaurant.
if Batman road hauled someone behind the Batmobile.
Don't say that out loud. You'll give Frank Miller ideas.
No, it's not lethal. I swear. Jesus, he went below the speed limit, so it's not lethal.
Down and out.
As someone who drives, I would agree.
Have you seen Frank Miller these days? He looks like a horrible little guy.
Yeah, he looks like
Have
a
you fucking
goblin.
heard him? He sounds like a horrible little goblin. The man said some awful shit.
Yeah.
He's apparently come out and like regretted some of the really hateful stuff, like the Holy Terror and so on.
Oh yeah, Holy Terror, where like it was like the
Batman fights
yeah, not Batman wears the costume made out of pig skin, and fights Muslims.
Like that doesn't actually work even in real life.
I know, but there's
Look,
that
I
idea
have
of
your greatest weakness.
It's not kryptonite, you dumbass.
Fear to me.
it's weird, this whole idea of like, oh, you know, bullets dipped in pork fat, we shoot them, they'll go to hell. It's
That's
like,
not
no.
how it works. Like, they can actually eat pork if it's presented to them by a host, and it would be rude not to. That's okay.
Just a man.
Also, if you were to shoot them with one, like, the whole idea is like, well, they're clearly being martyred for their faith
it's
if
not
someone
their
is
fault.
going through the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
These dumb assholes think it works on werewolves.
And by these dumb assholes, you just mean you mean just Frank Miller.
Oh,
No, there's a lot of people who believe that.
Oh.
I mean, like, I'm not big on comics, but my favorite thing will forever be the shot of Batman in a room as he painted himself yellow. The room yellow. Everything in the room yellow.
And he was drinking a glass of lemonade. What the hell just happened?
I don't know.
He was
That dude freak out.
He was drinking fucking lemonade, and it was the best thing.
He did it all to troll the Green Lantern.
I was about to say, is this a thing for when he was fighting the Green Lantern or something?
Not even fighting, he was just talking to him.
Fighting him over. He just did it to be a dick.
Okay, I gotta find a picture.
It's really fucking good.
You know how crazy you are?
Cause like his suit was yellow, he was painted yellow.
Yeah.
Robin was yellow.
Robin was yellow. What? Oh, I love this.
So the Green Lantern couldn't do anything to them.
Oh god, there's a bunch of pictures. They're all great.
I hope there's a scene where he's talking to the old Green Lantern, because the old Green Lantern still does exist in DC, and he like the entire room is just wood, because that was the that's the original Green Lantern's weakness was wood.
That's also Magneto's weakness.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's true, like, Robin is also all yellow, and he's got, like, a yellow snow cone or ice cream or something.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah, it's like, I'm okay with the whole, like, oh, Batman can beat anybody if he has enough prep time, as long as the way he beats them is suitably stupid and hilarious, like
this, yeah.
Oh no, I took out a yellow gun full of yellow bullets. What are you gonna do now?
That does seem to be Batman's emergency contingency, is like...
Did you just fire yourself out of a cannon?
Yes! It was great.
Oh, you actually can?
No, you can't use it. You can't use it as a cutscene thing. But man.
Also, yeah, Batman's actual superpower is being rich.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man?
Batman.
Oh yeah, I thought you said
Spider-Man's power is being poor as shit.
Yeah,
Just a poor New Yorker.
Yeah, it's like no matter what, he can't ever
My
succeed.
superpower is that I'm constantly in debt because I don't actually go to my job, and I just decide to swing around as Spider-Man for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
That time Spider-Man had to bum $1 off of Ray Richards' son for a hot dog.
Yeah, just how many times has he been called out for like his sense of justice destroying his life?
That's the, an entire thing in whatchamacallit, the new video games that like he's just so busy being Spider-Man that
he has zero work-life balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is consistently a thing, though.
They
keep rehashing that
I think there was an
plot point.
there's like also an early comic where he actually gets people to like make checks out to Spider-Man, but then he can't cash them because.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One of the high security labs.
He significantly improved
secret
Spider-Man's
identity
life
lab
just
is
by
still
sitting him
working.
down and explaining
I know
that
these
no,
security
you
systems
do
better
not
than
have to
anyone.
stop every petty
Except maybe
robbery
whoever's
in
collecting
town.
these fragments.
It's okay.
Preliminary tests
They've actually
confirm
tried.
suspected from
Isn't
the
that the whole
beginning
thing
that
with
this
like
artifact
Doc
is an
Ock?
energy source of
Take
almost
when he was in
immeasurable
Spider-Man's
power.
thing, he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna
Clearly,
let the
this calls
police
for
do their
proactive
job,
measures to
and I'll
prevent
take
it
care of
from
the
falling into the hands
super
of-
villains."
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Got the booty.
So this is actually a character
finally meet.
completely created
I'm
for this
Serena
game
Patel, head
because
of
there
Alchemax's
is
Shadow
no
Division.
Doctor Octopus in the 2099
That's why it's
lineup.
called
Like
Shadow
in
Division.
all the stuff
touche.
for
So,
2099, like
what's the
there's like
master
2
plan, Patel?
volumes
You
of
shadowy
50
types always at one?
comics each. Doctor
I
Octopus
could
was
kill
never
you,
made
or I
put
could
into
explain
2099,
everything and then
so
kill
they
you.
made Doctor
I
Octopus
think I'll just
for
kill
this
you.
game specifically for
Son of a
2099.
But you've got like 6 tentacles
Computer,
there,
this
lady. So that
laboratory
gives
has
you
been
10
compromised.
limbs. So you
Initiate
just
You're the
self-destruct
squid.
sequence.
Professor
10
Squid.
Yeah.
seconds.
Just gave Doc
10
Ock
seconds.
tits
That's
and a
barely
bubble
enough time to come up
butt.
with a clever explosion-related
Nice.
plan.
Ooh, that
Oh,
must really
oh,
burn
and-
you
and-
up.
Doc, let's
and-
see.
So long,
You ever
Actually-
get freaky with those
It's been a
tentacles?
blast.
Actually, her real name is her like real name in this game is like said at some point, and it is of course
Something literally stupid.
it is basically a scientific name for an octopus. I forget which octopus, but it is a scientific name for an octopus.
It's like cephalopodia something or other.
I don't.
Just, oh man, her entire aesthetic is an octopus, but her name is actually for the vampire squid. It's real fucked up by now.
Her deep internal conflict.
I want to see the blueprints for this.
Ape, you gotta remember, this is set in a cyberpunk dystopia, so they're gonna
Just
have...
please give me the name for the contractor, I need to know.
I imagine there's probably some contractors who do a lot of really brisk business.
I feel like there was a better way to stop yourself there.
Just please give me a comic about the life of being a contractor in one of these universes.
I've seen one of these before.
Apparently you just...
No, you haven't.
I have. I totally
Apparently,
have.
yeah, my main
It's a condensed
inspiration
matter
for this
reactor,
building
the
was
only
water
one in
slides.
existence.
Is that what it is?
Just a contractor whose specialty is like villain
This
bases.
will impress you. The power of a million
Alright, so your
thermonuclear
octopus theme,
reactions at my
I'm
command.
thinking
Now the
shoots and
world
ladders.
is mine. Everybody sing, everybody praise me.
We're gonna go, I'm thinking color scheme, we're gonna go purple, ugly green, and piss yellow.
What do you think?
I love it.
It's well,
Here
those
is
paints are
$50
probably
million.
cheaper. I mean, those paints are probably really cheap because they're so hideous. Nobody wants them.
Spent
Has the money wired
on the
to an
wheel.
offshore account.
We burned all the money on the weird hexagonal floor and the holographic displays. We had nothing left for the paint budget. So I just went to the Home Depot and said, "What you fucking got?"
Just fuck me up, son. Just fuck me up.
Give
No,
me
no, the
everything. I will
hexagons.
fix this shit.
Like,
No, actually, the hexagons are because they had some left over when they were making a lair for a bee-themed villain.
ah,
I do like the idea that they might do the hexagon thing because it costs more money than squares, and you gotta use the budget all the way, or they won't give you as much next year.
If this guy was any bigger, he'd have little bad guys.
you know what? You know, that would actually, I just like a video game where you just you design bases for supervillains.
Well, that's what people like in all the games about like
Isn't that what
Dungeon Keeper and
Dungeon Lair is, or whatever it's
there's
called?
like evil genius.
No, you're
in another game
designing your
about that.
own lair in that one. I would design
no.
lairs for other
No,
supervillains.
that's what I mean. Is like that's what people like. Is they like the base designing aspect. So a game that was just about that. Like you could have like a bunch of projects
Okay, like
going
Animal Crossing
simultaneously.
Happy Home Designer, but for supervillains.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you like instead of just building one base, you could build like have a bunch of different projects going simultaneously, and then you can like you know, cut costs and try and cheat and embezzle the supervillain and.
Yeah, someone get on this. It's a free idea. There you go.
It's free real estate.
Reminds me of
it's very expensive.
reminds me of someone they were talking about. They want an early modern Diocene simulator. So, you know, kind of like Crusader Kings, but you're like playing the head of like a local church. And like you said, like some of the problems you have is like you've got a really qualified priest, but you've also got the stupid third son of a local noble who's been donating generously to your new church that you have to choose between. And then you also get the fact that it's the Enlightenment, so the nobility all just want to secularize all your land. And then you have conflict between the people who think that you should perform exorcisms on cows that don't produce milk anymore, and those who think that's stupid.
No. I got it. So in this game, you play as the head of a failing mining company. And you've got all this mining equipment, you can't use it. And you get, well, maybe... What about underground layers?
Why are you just describing Cave Johnson?
You team up with the disgraced architect.
You're still fucking just describing Cave Johnson's backstory, Ape.
Just basically this is what I want, and then you start making out like legitimate underground houses for someone, but then a supervillain approaches you, and after a very brief crisis of morality, you decide, fuck it, I need money.
Well, I know that you can buy a decommissioned intercontinental ballistic missile silo.
You can!
And live in it.
No, because it's a very bad idea. Because they fill up with water and toxic gases, and if you try to live in one, you'll die.
Yeah, well, apparently some people do.
There is a YouTube series of a dude actually who bought one and was like fitting it out to live in, and there's one episode where they're going down there without any kind of like detectors for poisonous gases or something, and they're just tooling around down there, and then
oh wait, shit,
notices,
guys,
my voice is suddenly getting really high.
Guys,
like,
look.
Oh, hey, it's the Amazon logo.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
So they're all tooling around down there in this sealed underground base that's filled with water and has been sealed for decades. And one of them, they said, hey, my voice is getting really high. And another guy's like, oh shit, everyone out right the fuck now. And it turns out they had wandered into like a pocket of helium or something. And if they hadn't gotten out, they would have died.
Oh, hey, that helium, you know, is valuable.
And there's other parts where like they're digging around and they're not properly shoring the walls, and the walls almost collapse on them. It's basically idiots. And
yeah, idiots with millions of dollars. I guess they think like, oh, it's designed to survive a direct nuclear strike.
Most missile silos are not millions of dollars. They're only a couple 100,000. I was looking into them as a joke one time because I heard about that, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'll look and see how much they are. Like, you can buy one for $100,000.
Yeah, but the problem is you spend a shitload in maintenance.
Yes, that is
the worst part is you have to live in the Midwest, which is where they made all the silos.
Yeah. You have to keep fresh air flowing in. It's a whole fuck. The update is absurd. You know what I would like though? Is just like a little hobbit hole.
I would love that, but I'm too tall for a hobbit hole to ever be comfortable.
Well, like a person-sized hobbit hole. But yeah.
I'm 6'5". That's kind of the problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's...
You know what else sucks? You know what else sucks about being like tall like that? It's finding a car that's comfortable to ride in.
This was the tallest automobile I could afford.
You basically have. You're stuck with like SUVs.
Yeah, SUVs and pickups. That's
all
it.
you can fit comfortably in. Otherwise, you're hunched over. You are literally that dude from The Simpsons. This was the tallest automobile I could afford.
Oh, it gets better because like plane rides are hell because I'm 6'5" and broad-shouldered.
Yes, I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel your
I'm
pain.
so
I have had
glad.
to make deals with so many people to get the fucking aisle seat.
I'm so glad that I'm only like 5'6".
Yeah, no,
I-
the
I-
average height is ideal, actually, come to find out.
Yeah.
I have a different
6'2"
height-related
and up.
struggle.
It's like, no. Do you also have like big ass feet like I do?
Yeah, it's
Size
great.
14s. It
Size
is hell
13.
finding a shoe that fits and I actually like. It's like,
None
wow,
of
I
you-
really like this shoe. It's a shame they only make it to size 12.
None of you
I
know
always
the
have to
true
buy
pain.
like a size or two up for shirts because
Okay.
of my shoulders. It's really good.
There is in the on the way downstairs. There's like
It's not possible.
it's right at forehead height. It's just a little. The wall extends down. It's like the little part of the ceiling. It's just right at forehead height for me.
buddy.
And most of the time, I remember to duck under it. But once in a while, whap right in the forehead.
I've got a story for you then. So at my old job, I used to do deliveries. We would deliver like diapers to folks with disabilities. And I was there's this one group home that always has me bring shit to their basement. And their basement is not built for people my height, so usually I can avoid the pipes and the overhangs and shit. But one day I got fucking careless, so I like walked full stride into like a horizontal concrete
Oh man,
support.
one day I want to visit.
But
like,
no, it gets better. I hit my head so hard, I saw stars and tasted pain and got a minor concussion.
man.
I get it.
One day I
Save
want
the
to like I
scientists.
want to visit
Get
like
him to
Europe,
deactivate the force
like
field.
old parts of
Piece
Europe,
of
like
cake.
Germany.
Oh no.
But I will hit my head on basically every door frame.
Dude, let me tell you about fucking dealing with old houses in the Northeast. It sucks.
None of you know the pain that comes from being 5'11" and 3/4 of an inch. I'm just barely under 6 feet, and I can't even say I'm 6 feet.
backup?
But
I mean,
yeah,
okay,
I
so
get
yeah,
all the.
my-
It's not as bad as you would, but I do still bump into stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Just-
I mean,
But
my
I can't even
girlfriend's
say I'm
5'11"
6
as
feet.
well, so.
I helped my brother. He was, it's a long story, but he was moving and he had to load a bunch of shit in his car. And I was helping him, and I would just hit my head on the fucking
Who else wants
that floor.
That was the
Like
best you
almost
could
every
do.
time I went to put a box in the back of his car. Almost every fucking time.
How tall are you, Wade?
I am 6'2", somewhere between 6'2"
Ah.
and 6'3". I don't know.
Yeah, 6'2" is though that's like the edge of being like tall and being like tall.
Yes.
I'll keep dishing it out.
Yeah,
Alright,
6'2" is where it
Tall,
starts.
and then they're tall.
There's a fun game where you can play as a tall person where you like walk around in public and
for
you're
helping
just
me
walking
work on
around
my
and you
French.
see a guy and you're like, hey, that guy is tall, and then you cross paths and you're taller than him.
My personal favorite is being above everyone in a crowd. Just being able to see forever.
Come this way.
And then also locking eyes with another tall
I can
person.
help.
My other personal one is like that I'm, once again, tall and broad-shouldered. So this is great whenever I go somewhere and people just stare at me. Like I'm some kind of fucking freak.
I mean, to be fair,
There's
you are,
a dude who works
but for different reasons.
at a local grocery store who is like straight up like he's gotta be 8 feet tall.
Damn.
He's big. He can put stuff on the top shelves just reaching up there.
Nice warm up, guys. Thanks.
He can get the cookies.
He can get that shit. He is huge, and every time
And he has huge
every
guts.
time I go there, there's somebody who has never seen him before, apparently, because they will like do a double take, just like a comically exaggerated double take.
What?
Where they walk past him and then they just like whip their head around, like, wait, what?
Did I really see an extremely tall man? I did.
Careful, giant.
I did see
He's
an
going to grind my bones to make his bread,
I'll lower the primary force field. You'll need to get that.
and then stock the bread on the shelf.
The highest shelf.
See, once again, I'm just lucky because like my girlfriend's 5'11", so she also understands the pain of tall.
I want to go to Japan
I
one
can
day
help.
and just like Godzilla building.
I wouldn't be surprised
Lots of
if there's
building
someone has
stuff.
a. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of tour company that's specifically designed for tall Americans to go to like places with very short things in Japan.
I want to go to Japan and get fucked up by Ultraman. That's all I ask. God.
Another upshot of being tall is
into Japan and everyone runs around screaming, and Jet Jaguar shows up.
Just a fucking Kamen Rider appears and kick your ass.
5 people in each in a unique colored suit just show up and start shouting at you.
I'll help. Who is both inexplicably a dinosaur and a samurai.
Finally, it's time to die.
And you're like, fuck it, let's go. Let's do this.
What
I
do
don't
you
think I can shoot laser beams out of my chest, but we'll find out.
Just after you get off the plane, you immediately scream after 10,000 years.
Is there a Samuraisaurus Rex somewhere?
Oh, there probably is.
I mean, don't forget the Pirate Power Rangers. That was a thing.
Oh God.
I don't remember
that
that
time
one.
They were all car themed.
Yes, and it was awful.
Because they had just come off of ninjas, and they decided the way to one-up ninjas was cars.
Why would?
Isn't that how it works?
No, it's not actually.
Fuck.
They did like a whole movie where they replaced
fellas. We'll have to do this again.
their ninja-themed robots
Yeah.
with cars, and it's like, this is a downgrade, you idiot.
Unless they're ninja cars.
No, they weren't ninja
No, I
cars.
think
They were
they
just
were-
normal cars that.
I think one of them might be an ambulance.
Yeah, one of them was an ambulance. I remember
I
that.
think the pink Ranger was an ambulance.
Yeah. One of them was straight
Weren't
up
they
just
all
an
rescue
ambulance.
vehicles?
They were all rescue vehicles, but like seriously.
No. Power Rangers Rescue was a different season.
Oh, I see.
There were 2 different vehicle seasons.
Yeah, remember when they thought that rescue vehicles were cool shit?
Hey kids, you want to see a fire truck turn into a robot? I mean, yeah, but we have Transformers for that, so.
Yeah, I was about to say.
God, the Transformers wiki is the best shit.
Yes.
Hey, remember
Isn't there a
that?
character where they like make everything is like rhyming couplets, which is how he spoke in the movie or something?
Remember the one, the one Transformer who like turned into like a missile-toting truck, and he talked really weird, and then they were like, "What's your backstory?" This man, he's like, "Okay, well, for this one episode, I'm going to talk normal because otherwise this would take forever to translate." I remember that. That was one of the G1 episodes.
Boomhauer?
No, it wasn't Boomhauer. I wish it was Boomhauer.
Okay, but don't forget that there's a series of Transformers that are cassettes.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a funny story behind that. Like, the reason that some of them are like, some of them are really weird like that, and others are vehicles, is because originally there were 2 different transforming Japanese lines. One of them were supposed to be like normal ass, like one size robots. So like they were like tiny little robots that would like disguise themselves as like cassette tapes and stuff, and like hide around their house and stuff. And then there were others that were just cars. And when America bought, and when they were trying to bring them over to America, they decided to turn them into one toy line. So it just didn't make any sense. And that's why they had to basically reboot the series with the movie, because so that way they could actually finally get some like consistency with the toys.
I do appreciate the Transformers wiki though, saying the cassette tape, the future of data storage and communication.
Yes.
It'll come back.
Prime can be stored on a floppy drive.
Yeah, I remember that. Optimus Prime, like his entire fucking brain can be stored on a 3.5 floppy.
It's like less than a meg, apparently.
Yeah.
Compression algorithm is apparently a hell of a thing.
Look, to be fair, Optimus is pretty simple.
If Megatron, fight. If no, go to 1.
Yeah.
Well, he tries to negotiate, and then there's like the lecture and all that.
I still say the best line out of any Transformers thing ever isn't from the one good series, but it is from G1, where Starscream's one of Starscream's plans to replace Megatron has failed, and he's trying to talk his way out of it, and Megatron just goes, "You are either lying or stupid," and Starscream just goes, "I'm stupid! I'm stupid!"
Oh, I didn't know. I've heard that line. I didn't know the context for it, but that makes sense.
Yeah. It turns out the context is that he fucked up trying to take over the Decepticons again.
I think there was like a cracked article where it was like 5 reasons Megatron should have just summarily executed Starscream from the first episode alone.
Yeah, like from the very first episode, like it was super obvious that Starscream was like just trying to kill Megatron so that way he could take over.
The official explanation is that Starscream is both competent enough and stupid enough that he is useful as an assistant, but he will always, Megatron will always see the betrayal coming a mile away.
Oh yeah.
And if he tried to replace him with someone more competent, he might actually get the drop on Megatron.
Yeah. Like my favorite part of the good Transformers series was the part where like Starscream realizes that he's never going to win, so he just goes off on his own and tries to be his own faction.
Starscream's going their own way.
Which was the one good series?
Transformers Prime, I believe it was called.
It's probably still on Netflix.
I think it is, yeah.
I like that series because Starscream was just competent enough that occasionally his plans worked, so you can understand why Megatron kept looking around. What the fuck is that animation? What are you doing? What is that?
My favorite thing about that series was the fact that
it is indeed still on.
Well, my favorite thing about that series was that Soundwave never spoke with his own voice except one time when don't
mention it because it's a spoiler and it's really good. If you want to watch this,
yeah,
the context.
Yes, but it's honestly my favorite scene from that entire show.
Okay, but I appreciate that the wiki has an article for Mounties.
Is that a trick question?
Just the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, just right there.
She likes me.
Oh yeah, I remember Beast Wars. God, remember Beast Wars?
I remember Beast Wars every day of my life.
Oh my god, it's so ugly.
It's ugly, but eventually, not in the first episode, definitely not in the first episode, but eventually the writing got really good.
But also it's ugly as sin.
It is really fucking ugly as sin.
I think about that Dinobot episode.
Oh, the one.
I don't know exactly which I'm talking.
The one where he meets a Dinobot clone who can only be the dinosaur form, and he's like,
No, the other Dinobot.
I don't remember any other Dinobot episode.
The one where he like has his last stand against Megatron.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, the one I'm thinking of is like Megatron builds a new dino, like a new.
I know exactly. I know. What
no, I'm explaining for people who don't know. Like, there's an episode where he builds a new Dinobot, and
I've been working here for years, and I still can't believe that Alchemax just
it can only be in its animal form because he was trying to infiltrate the
I'm really lingering on that shot.
God, I don't remember what.
It's the Avengers, guys. Get it?
Yep. I don't remember what their names were. The Maximals. He built this Dinobot to infiltrate the Maximals, but it can only be in the animal form. So Dinobot finds this out by running into him in the Maximal base. And he's like, I'm gonna transform, we're gonna fight. And he learns that the other one can't fight, so he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna be in my animal form because I'm super big on honor, and fighting you with so many clear advantages would not be honorable. And the other one's like, wow, you're a fucking idiot.
Dinobot was basically, He was basically War for the auto.
Yeah.
Maximal, I guess.
I think like my favorite thing though was like they were setting him up to be like the new to be the other Starscream, and then be the new Starscream, and then Megatron does the smart thing and just kicks his ass out. That Megatron was smarter than any other Megatron in the entire pantheon of
He was
Transformers.
totally right to, because that one time Dinobot kicked his ass with a rock on a stick.
Hey, that was cutting edge technology in the time they ended up in.
Thanks, Spider-Man. She wasn't always like this. But ever since that
Oh
first
yeah,
one fell into her hands-
the original Transformers
Can you help me
movie
get through here?
with where Orson Welles voiced Unicron.
No.
And he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. He was like, I don't know what any of this shit is, but it's just a paycheck to
I
me.
just need the money.
Yeah,
Welles gonna get paid.
listen, I
Spend
did
it all on really expensive food.
I did a fucking commercial for frozen peas. This is not above me.
I'm pretty sure that was just a joke on the critic.
No, it wasn't. There is a commercial with outtakes where he is legit doing a commercial for like frozen peas, and he's like, you know, this is a load of shit, right? I don't believe any of this. And
I thought he just did the one for wine.
There's something
No.
so satisfying about this.
no, he was doing a lot of
bunch.
he did a lot of commercials later in his life because he needed the money,
Yeah, says you.
because he had no idea on how to like control his spending.
Well, I was right to actually think about it. Is like he ate a lot of food because he did like when he was young he would sleep like 4 hours a day and so on, and in order to keep his energy up he would eat like double the normal amount of meals, and even when he got older and his work slowed down he still kept eating all that because that's just what he got used to and he liked eating, you know. So he just ate, and he insisted on the finer things like, you know, caviar and all that.
Wow, this part sucks. Dang.
You just slipped out of your arms.
No, that's because the fire caught up with me, because this
I know,
this fire
but I'm
has
saying-
rubber banding apparently.
Because you died, she just fell through your arms.
God damn it!
Well, you became a ghost. You became a ghost immediately.
Spider Ghost Coast to Coast.
Do you honestly think you could outrun an
Strange
exotic
show that
energy
was.
wave?
That was. I loved that fucking show as a child. I didn't understand most of it, but I loved it.
The time
The
he
thing I remember most
interviewed
from
Bill
that
Nye.
is nobody cares, Moby. Nobody cares.
What's happening?
You're cares
burning
about
up.
He was right. My favorite episode
You've done
of Space
better
Ghost
than
Coast to Coast
expected,
was Flip.
but it ends now. I admire your persistence, Spider-Man, but it's taken you as far as
Now I want that episode of Animaniacs of Wherefore replicates that Frozen Peas commercial with Brain as well, because that guy's so good at. Yes, except he doesn't say load of shit because that's Animaniacs. He does say load of tripe though.
One more to go.
It's really good. Maurice LaMarche is really good at doing an Orson Welles impersonation, and in fact, that's all the Brain is just him like, hey, I want to impersonate Orson Welles as a job.
He probably got paid better impersonating Orson Welles than Orson Welles did for being Orson Welles.
Probably, honestly, yeah, probably. At some point in his life, he probably did get paid better for impersonating Orson Welles than Orson Welles got for being Orson Welles.
Anybody else?
I did say just about. Yeah, fair enough. Is this? No, I still have another level after this before I go face the final boss.
I just want to see, like, as a mechanic in video games, where if you beat up a room full of dudes, that last
Let's try
dude
this
will just
again.
throw his gun down and be like, "Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
let's.
done."
You're gonna need the world's
That
biggest
happens a
sleeve,
couple
because
times in
now
the Arkham series where, like, when you're doing the stealth mode and like you have to. The last guy is like, yeah, you know what? No, I give up. We obviously cannot kill you, so fuck it, I'm done. Come, come
You can
ask
say
me
a lot of
questions.
things about Iron Man 3, but there was that whole scene where Tony just trashes a room of henchmen with just like the glove,
Oh yeah.
And he gets the last dude, and the guy just like, fuck it.
No,
I don't get paid enough for this.
He's
I'm
like,
out.
he's
Bye.
like, he's like, honestly, I don't even want to work here. These guys are so weird. Yeah, it's really good. I like Iron Man 3. I like all of the Iron Man movies. Ish. All of them.
Defend 2.
I said ish.
You had that really good opening.
Dude did have that really good opening.
No! Insolent wretch! You've broken my power coupling.
And there was that
I
scene
can't work this arm anymore.
with the North Korean
I hope you got a giant
Iron
sling.
Man that was just like a 1950s.
Hey, did you just run off in the middle of my
And it
joke?
immediately
Oh,
exploded.
man.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good one, too. Well, at least the force field's down.
Fantastic.
And this it had the briefcase suit. That was cool.
Yeah, that was
I'll help you stop.
It had some cool ideas that it didn't really capitalize on or like went back on. Like the idea that Tony Stark's father stole a lot of his stole credit for a lot of stuff that he didn't actually invent, and then they're like, actually no, he actually invented it the whole time. It's like, why then? Why would you even introduce this plot thread that was so good and so compelling, and then just back out of it 3/4 of the way through the movie?
Like they were trying to make him like Walt Disney of guns.
Yeah.
Like, all the baggage that comes
Thomas
with
Edison
that.
of
No, I think they were like trying to make him like an actual like Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains. Weren't they
Like,
bought
he had,
out
like,
by
a
Disney?
World, but
But for
like, he had
guns.
Stark. Yes.
When did Disney buy Marvel?
Way before Iron Man 2.
Yeah, but it was after Iron Man 1, wasn't it?
No. It was way after Iron Man 2. I meant. So like it.
I'm thinking that was like a thing that just got nixed.
Yeah, because like people didn't like the complex story. Like test audiences didn't like the complex story of like maybe Tony Stark's father was a bad man, actually, and they just nixed it because test audiences
People are
suck.
complex characters who aren't perfect, either perfectly good or perfectly evil. No, fuck that. He was just super good.
It's like
And the Russian guy thinks he was bad, but he wasn't.
No, yeah, the Russian guy thinks Tony Stark's dad was bad, but no, he was actually good, and it's just a misunderstanding, and your dad's the evil one. Blah. Like I said, it had a bunch of really good ideas that it either did not follow up on or just abandoned like 3/4 of the way through the movie in an attempt to make the movie more in line with.
And they also tried to shoehorn the alcoholism and wrap that up in one movie.
Yeah.
Hey, Spider-Man.
Also, the acquisition was in 2009, which is a year after the first Iron Man.
Oh, okay. So maybe that was like a thing why they decided. Maybe that is why they decided to change that because particular plot thread, because if they were making it like a Walt Disney allegory-ish thing, and then like, no, we can't have Uncle Walt looking bad.
I can't believe they deleted all the scenes where they reveal how Tony's father was a massive anti-Semite.
Real fucked up, I know.
And then the stinger credits where Tony's father punches away his way out of the cryo tube.
No, he's just a head.
Yeah.
You know?
No, they built him an Iron Man body for it. And
Oh yeah. He was. That's
the new Ironmonger.
Would have been Tony's.
No, it's the new Ironmonger.
I want to see.
See, Tony's actually been trying to perfect the full body prosthetic, which is the point of the Iron Man suit.
Oh man. Remember that time in the comic books when Tony is fighting Titanium Man? And he accidentally sets the titanium suit on fire, and the dude just burns to death, and Tony can't do anything about it. It's like, oh, fuck it.
I don't actually remember that.
It was part of the Iron Wars saga.
Oh.
It's like the whole bit where Tony goes fucking nuts and is starting... Like, some people did steal his suit tech, but some people didn't, and I think Titanium Man was one of those ones who didn't, and just came up with it. But he's like, you stole my suit tech, and he's gonna go fight everybody, and he's like sloppy drunk the whole time, and he like kicks him with his jet boots, and it sets the titanium on fire, because titanium fires cannot be put out by basically anything. Even burns to death inside the suit. And it was really fucked up. And it was one of the reasons why Tony decided to stop drinking.
Well, yeah.
I don't want to see that adapted, Disney. Show me a man burning to death on film.
Oh, that's what you want. You don't want the Tony struggling with alcoholism. You just want the. Well, didn't they kill all those lemmings in that documentary?
You know, speaking of animals dying during movie production, I cannot watch Milo and Otis anymore, knowing like the horrible things they put those cats and dogs through.
Yeah, it's almost like animal movies made before, you know, let's just say 1990 had lots of horrible animal rights violations.
Not only that, but Milo and Otis was made in Japan, so they had even less like animal rights for the time. So because like they legit probably went through like 3 Milos through that movie because like one of the Otises probably got eaten by a bear because they had like an actual pug fighting an actual bear cub, which, you know, a pug can win that. A pug can win that. Sure.
They're bred to fight bears, you know.
Yeah, exactly. They're bred to fight bears and not just like sit in your lap and
look. That's because they got the squished up face. Because if they haven't squished that face, the bear can't claw it off.
No. See, they're bred to fight bears. They're just not bred to beat bears.
It's real fucked up.
Well, isn't this just ducky?
But yeah, like I can't watch Milo and Otis anymore, knowing all the horrible shit that those poor cats and dogs went through. So, and like,
oh yeah, that's another thing.
It's a shame because like that has like the happiest, most upbeat intro song to any kids movie I've ever heard. And it's like, oh no, they killed several cats to make this movie. Like they just straight up threw a cat off a cliff for a slow-mo shot of a cat falling off of a cliff. That's how they got that. That's how they got that shot.
Naren has a good point also that Tony's dad had probably helped finance the Nazis prior to World War II.
Hey, Bugboy, let's fix
like a bunch of other American industrialists.
Yeah, prior to World War II, yeah, probably.
Wasn't there like an entire series about this? Actually,
to be fair, even though America actually not even kind of definitely did help finance the Nazis before we entered in World War II on the Ally side, we did charge the Nazis more because we would have preferred the Allies to win. So even though we were selling to both sides, like they were definitely like charging the Nazis.
Is that just a WSAD keyboard just protected on the wall there?
Yep. To its magnificent design.
Really? Doesn't seem like much of a gets all its power from a magic rock.
They worship
you gonna type on that?
Do you have even the slightest idea what
just like you have to run from like okay, Z L Q. I don't know what fucking word I'm spelling. Some kind of weird.
You must find a way
get a
to
minor
get her out of
workout
there.
typing out hello.
This. You're really quite bothersome, you know that?
No, well, you know, it's
I'll cut you
quite
down.
probably. I mean, if Tony Stark's dad had been a real person, like a big American industrialist in like the 20s through 40s, odds are he would have given a lot of money to the Nazis and helped them out.
You know what else? Using like transparent holograms for like anything. Really
You're an
annoying.
impressive specimen, Aldrich. You're really quite bothersome, you know that?
Like everyone on the subway can see what the hell you're reading.
Yeah.
Imbecile! Your combat skills are effective. In a rudimentary.
Don't remember.
Like the lighting, if the lighting is exactly perfect, you can't see
She's
shit.
consuming a
It'd be
great
like
deal of
playing
energy
on
to
an
get
old
to
Game Boy Advance.
I was thinking more along the lines of an old Game Gear, but yeah, Game Boy Advance also works. I do not remember how to fight this boss at all, as evidenced by the fact that I'm getting my ass kicked.
There's no sort of capacitive feedback, so you just like hit 6 or 7 keys at once.
I remember like yeah, there's a bunch of shit that Milo and Otis did because one, it was made in Japan, and two, it was made before like 1996 or whatever. So animals' rights stuff was not exactly the best.
Let me show you what I'm capable
So
of.
they're
Try to
like
stop
they definitely went through multiple Milos and multiple Otises in an effort to get the shots that they wanted, and it's really bad and it's really awful, and I refuse to watch that movie anymore because of it.
Deal of energy to
It's a
get
shame because I really remember liking that movie as a kid.
Sick of you!
I think it was in like the 1920s, Ben-Hur or whatever. When they were having like a big galley fight, they actually had it, and in order to make it look more realistic, they divided the two crews politically. Like one were socialists and the others were fascists because they were filming it in Italy in the 20s, and so like a bunch of people died, and they like it wasn't just like the studio's negligent. It's like they did that deliberately. They wanted the fighting to be more realistic.
Sick of you!
The scene in The Godfather with the severed horse head, real horse head that they bought.
Okay, I have no problems with murdering a horse. I hate it.
Okay, yeah. On the one hand, yes. On the other hand, like you kind of maybe don't murder an animal for a single movie in a scene. Anyway, so
Probably one they got from a slaughterhouse or something.
Yeah, it was probably like they were just like, could you save us the head? You know, so and so thought of a bee and died.
But yeah, that scene where he's like screaming, because his racehorse has been murdered. That isn't real scream because he did not know it was going to be a real horse head. He was told it was going to be prosthetic, and then when he found out it was a real horse head and he was for real in a lot of blood, he just started screaming, as you do.
That.
Honestly now, have you ever seen
Can't get over
anything
just
like
the fucking
this?
keyboard projected on them.
You know,
Come out to
honestly,
play,
like
my pretty
people
pet.
complain about like how Stanley Kubrick, but like, I don't think he ever did the whole like surprising people. He just had them do dozens and dozens of takes until he got the one he wanted, and then had them do like 20 or 30.
Jack Nicholson be a complete asshole to oh god, I can't remember her name now.
Shelley Duvall.
Surely you
Yes.
could do better than that.
Like had
I think I heard of that too. Like he wanted to enforce that, like so just to create like that sort of alienation between them.
I remember reading. It's not Stanley Kubrick related, but there was a there was a thing I read where the alien chestburster take scene, that it was the second take, and the first take was actually much more mild because the idea was okay, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna try and do it in one take, guys. So and like they didn't have any of the details in the script of what was going to happen except for the guy who gets chest bursted and the director. So he's like, so the first take was, it's just a little thing, it just comes out, there's like a little tiny amount of blood, and he gets their reactions, and he's like, okay, that's a good take, but let's try it again. And then the second take was the chest burster scene that we got, and after that they had to stop production for the day because I forget her name, but the little mousy woman, she fainted, and the big black guy almost had a heart attack because that was like legit terror on their faces because they had no idea what was happening.
Sorry, what did I come back to?
The discussion, film about like asshole directors like pulling gotcha moments.
We're talking about Kubrick.
There was another thing when they were doing Goodfellas, and there's the scene where like Joe Pesci is like, do I amuse you, and like really scaring the guy.
Yeah.
Like the only people who knew he was gonna do that were Pesci and Ray Liotta, and like so everyone there's like you see they're all getting kind of confused because they're like, this isn't part of the script, what's going on? And so like the reaction from the guy is real because he's like confused about how to respond, and then that's when Ray Liotta steps in, like to like diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
And then on a more comical note, there was also, I think it was in Life of Brian, where they have the whole biggest dickest thing. They told the guy who plays the guard who can't control himself, as they said, your only job is to stand there and keep stoic and don't smile or laugh or smirk or anything. And so them going on is like whoever was like Eric Idle or whomever is like was deliberately trying to get a rise out of a guy who was told like, if you can't, keep a straight face, you'll get fired.
Oh god, I forget what I was going to say now. Shit. Oh well. Never mind.
I saved the stream.
Hooray! Alright, so last normal level, and then there's the final boss.
Oh god, it's Carnage.
Yeah, and not only that, it's the ultimate version of Carnage, which means it's double shit.
How is Ultimate Carnage worse than regular Carnage?
I think Ultimate Carnage once traveled through a phone line.
Great, just great.
I don't remember
Why not swing by
that,
Skelly,
but
see if I could get some help from
the original
Nick Fury
thing
or
for
any of
Ultimate
his
Carnage
shield
was that they were trying to recreate
this is what I
Peter's
thought.
dad's Venom suit, and they used Peter's DNA to
Something
do
really
it,
big happened.
and it
Furious
just ended up being a
terror
mindless
taste
monster that absorbed people, and turned them into like husks, and so it just it wasn't even camp murder like the original Carnage was. It's just-
100's edgy.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
I've seen this before.
Eventually, Carnage came back in the form
Bodies
of Gwen
turned to
Stacy.
husks. There's only one thing.
Wait, what?
Pressing
Yeah.
line.
One thing.
Yeah. They brought Carnage back. They brought Gwen Stacy and Carnage back in the same thing, in the same storyline by making Gwen Stacy Carnage, but in control of her faculties.
Is she evil then?
No, she's not. She's just Gwen Stacy, and occasionally, every once in a while, she turns into a rage monster.
I hate that y'all got me thinking about the Venom movie.
I didn't see that. I heard that there was a makeout scene between Venom and
Yes, they do make out.
I don't.
My God.
I've not seen this.
I'm still convinced that everyone telling me that is just joking. Like it's one
No,
big prank
no, we
everyone's
aren't.
on.
I am assuring you 100% as someone who has seen the movie first.
No, I'm pretty sure this is like one big prank. Like if you go see the movie, at the end of the credits, it's, okay, everybody, now tell everyone who hasn't seen the movie that Venom and Tom Hardy make out. It's really funny.
The way it works out is basically they make it seem like he's making out with the person in the suit, and then later on the person's like, actually no, it was all Venom.
Okay.
Oh, so he didn't realize that he was. Okay, so Venom.
Macking on Venom, but Venom knew.
So Venom basically pulled a Revenge of the Nerds.
Intrusion detected.
I'll have you know that Venom is one of the horniest superheroes.
You think
Yes.
You think when you're wearing Venom, you think it goes up the butt?
So if the Venom symbiote gave birth to Carnage, does that make the symbiote a woman?
No, the symbiotes are all asexual.
Symbiotes are genderless.
You're also gonna ignore that.
What did
Yeah, I
you say?
am. I'm completely going to 100% ignore what he said about the
I
butthole.
legit didn't. Oh, what about the butthole?
When you think when you wear a symbiote, you think it goes up your butthole too?
Venom definitely
I mean, if it
does.
goes in your mouth, then definitely.
Venom definitely does.
But-
I'm just saying that right now.
Away from me!
But do
Probably
it
feels nice though.
Hang on.
These are the questions we should be asking.
I like
Oh,
the
these
fact.
been husk.
Guys, wait, no, guys. It's a Venom.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you for coming up with that joke before I did.
I hate me too. I really
No. I specifically hate you because you came up with it before I did. That is the only reason I hate you. I don't care about all the other stuff.
You mind explaining what the hell is going on?
Carnage.
But yeah, the reason y'all got me thinking of Venom, have any of you, do any of you plan on actually seeing the movie?
Prisoner 900M. Case designate.
I may or may not, but honestly, I don't care about
If
spoilers
it ever is
that much.
if If it's ever like on a streaming service that I don't have to make money for, or if I get like a free rental off of Google Play.
Never had that kind of power before.
But I really don't care.
This doesn't have
Yeah.
anything to do with me being exposed.
You can go ahead and spoil the Venom movie. I have no interest in
To
seeing
be
it.
fair, this is like the tamest spoiler.
Like I said, I have no intention of seeing the Venom movie, so you can go ahead and spoil it.
Just open the door.
Yeah, watch that, Chad.
Yeah, so basically this is about the Stinger, and the reason y'all have me thinking about Venom is because they imply there's gonna be a sequel.
Well, of course, like that's kind of a given, you know.
Yeah,
like,
but Carnage wasn't in the movie itself.
But weren't there
And
other
then maybe, like,
symbiotes?
Just the Stinger.
no, maybe like
There's
from
an
a
entire race of symbiotes. There's a god of the symbiotes.
Yeah.
Robot thing. Uh-oh.
He's actually one of the more powerful Marvel beings.
See,
Symbiote
my favorite
god.
thing about the symbiotes was is that every subsequent symbiote is stronger than the parent. So you have Carnage, who's stronger than Venom, and then you have Poison, who is stronger than Carnage.
Toxin.
Toxin, who's stronger than Carnage, and then you have like all this other shit. It's like they just keep going and going to the point where they had to give Venom a power boost in order to stay a legitimate threat, because there's just too many symbiotes.
Oops.
How did they power boost him?
But the other important thing I forgot to mention is that Carnage is played by Woody Harrelson.
Oh, okay, that might actually be worth seeing.
I think your definition of worth seeing and my definition of worth seeing are two entirely different definitions.
Did you hear me say good?
Look, Venom is fun. It is fucking terrible, but it is fun.
Okay,
that's
if it's
actually
fun.
what I want from a superhero
Yeah, like
movie.
if it's fun, then I don't care about the if it's a good movie or a bad movie. Like a good movie can get away with being not fun, but a bad movie cannot get away with being not fun.
Wazin is right. It is technically Cletus Cassidy that's played by Woody Harrelson, but yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't the whole point that like Carnage and Cassidy are like more closely bonded because like he always refers to himself as I instead of we, like Venom does?
No, that's the implication is actually they're less bonded because of that. Because Venom sees himself as one person, whereas Carnage has just straight up taken control of Cassidy.
I've decided the only way I will accept a Carnage movie if it's a crossover with Deadpool and Deadpool is just making fun of Carnage the entire movie.
Yes, this is good. I will accept that.
That would work, yeah.
Okay, you say that, but also remember that Deadpool is played by Ryan Reynolds.
I don't mind Ryan Reynolds. Like he's not my go-to. He's not my go-to, but I don't mind him.
Clearly having fun with the role, and that's all I really want out of an actor.
I just don't like Ryan Reynolds.
He's your second favorite Canadian Ryan.
Who would be the first?
Gosling. They're both Canadian.
Let me tell you about how Ryan Reynolds ruined Blade 3.
How did he?
I thought Blade 3 ruined Blade 3.
It did indeed, actually. Because it decided to focus on anyone that wasn't Blade. But Ryan Reynolds' character, in particular...
Well, here's the thing. It decided to focus on anybody except Blade because, I forget what his name was too busy being high in his trailer to play Blade, so they had to play it by... they had to play it by ear.
There's that scene where, like, Wesley Snipes refused to come out of his trailer to reshoot a scene, he refused to open his eyes for a scene, and so the director was like, okay, we'll just CGI your eyes opening. And then they did! And it looked awesome.
What a curse.
So yeah, like that's the
Blade
entire
2 was
reason
good.
why like Blade 3 was not about Blade.
I can't remember what it was Blade 2 or 3 was one of them. But they were like, it was in Ukraine or something when they were shooting, and they found like a bunch of old lamps from a hospital, and they decided that they looked cool to use them during the scene. And then the next day, their eyes all hurt, so they got a doctor, and the doctor took one look at the lamps and said, "You fucking idiots are lucky. If you're gonna be really lucky if you don't know the line, because they found a bunch of old."
Stop hitting your face with my bit.
That is beautiful. But yeah, no, Blade 2 is genuinely good. Blade 1 also... Also, the ending to Blade 1 is fucking fantastic.
There was a Blade video game on PS.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The only
right
thing I
era.
remember is that it used like the right thumbstick for attacking. Yeah, it was dumb and bad even in those.
Oh, the game is louder than the people talking. I can fix that. Give me a second.
Or we could all just scream.
No, I fixed it. I turned the video game down.
Okay. I also have a question. Is why are you wearing the symbiote suit in a world where Carnage exists?
Because Madam Web is a fuck.
Okay, a better question. Why did Madam Web oil you up?
Why does anyone get oiled up?
She's a horny old granny. You gotta get her kicked somehow.
I was gonna say the same thing, but far crasser, so yeah.
I mean, I already made the Venom joke. There's no going down from this one. We've hit rock bottom already.
Yeah.
No, this would be deeper.
Get out there.
Didn't Flash Thompson become Venom after he lost his legs to a knife?
Yeah, he did.
Actually, he became anti-Venom.
No, he became Venom for a while. He also joined the Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, I think he specifically was anti.
No. He was.
anti-Venom.
Somebody was. No. What happened was after.
Actually, I think Eddie Brock is anti-Venom.
Yeah, Eddie Brock is anti-Venom, and then he eventually turned back into Venom because people hated anti-Venom for some reason. Because comic book nerds are insufferable, even for nerds.
Okay, but when does Eddie fuck Venom?
When doesn't he?
When doesn't-
I mean, basically
yeah.
every time he has sex, it's a three-way.
So like when he's wearing the suit, just constantly getting it on. Why his tongue is hanging out all the time.
Yeah, Venom has a second mouth, but it's entirely around Eddie's dick, just constantly sucking him off.
Spider-Man plus God of War equals this. Yeah, the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff is basically God of War.
Not bad. If
I don't mind it. Honestly, the Ultimate Spider-Man bits are probably the best bits in the game. Pursue Carnage. Where the fuck did he go though? Like, I don't know where to go. What? It says Pursue Carnage, but like both of the doors are blocked off. Oh no, there's a third door over here. Okay.
I had almost forgotten that little tidbit from
What about Master Chief suit?
Alright, so there's a bit in the books that implies that suit takes care of all your bodily needs, including stress relief.
It jacks you off.
You know, if I could see that being some sort of like weird dystopian thing where like it associates killing people and obeying orders with sexual release. Like it'd be, you know, you could actually make that kind of interesting, but
No,
not Halo.
I mean,
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like tying the
books are like, we've kidnapped orphans to make super soldiers to fight space pirates.
Don't forget that Master Chief's big
just
ability
happened to
that they
be-
got him for is luck.
It just happened to be that an alien race invaded about the exact same time as these soldiers came of age. So there's not space fascism. It's just, oops, we just happen to have these super soldiers. Don't ask us where they came from.
Once again, I love also that, like, during that recruitment bit, because I have read some of these. Like, the whole big thing for Master Chief's character, like, his big ability that makes him different from everyone else is his fucking... It's literally...
Like, that's how they pick him, is he, like, guesses the coin flip right a lot.
Yeah, no, that's it. The doctor just sees him, is like, fucking guess the coin.
No way.
This is an ancient coin, and it was like a quarter. ancient
I know I'm
form
gonna
of
fight all these
currency.
things. I just know it.
It is the worst thing, and I hate it. And I read like 3 of those books.
Like, those books, I don't want to overstate this. I can't overstate this. I'll just completely gloss over the fact that this lady runs a program where they kidnap children from their parents and then replace them with clones that, like,
died
degrade and die.
Yeah.
And she's portrayed as, like, sympathetic in a lot of these books, and not as a horrible monster that she is.
Yeah. Isn't like I remember I never read the books, but I remember that there's a part where like they test the kids and like in a facility where like they're in their just like in like their normal like cell clothes, and then they turn off the lights and then they come back in like half an hour later and they're like in armor and weapons.
They dump them like out into the woods or something, and then they send a bunch of like trained military specialists out, and they tell the kids, okay, you got to beat these dudes up or you don't get to come home. And then there's like a scene where they're just beating them up, and they're watching them on cameras, and there's like they're standing there. Where the fuck did they get black suits?
It's and they're like, we don't know. They break out of the facility, steal this shit, break back into the facility, and then proceed to kill our men. It's great.
Hey, that was fun. Let's do it again.
I still have the books around somewhere.
I have
if we ever do,
one
like,
of the
a stream
books.
of the Halos. I'll hate.
Yeah, like I'll ever stream a fucking Halo game. Ape, do you have any idea who you're talking to?
Here we go.
Yeah, I think mine are lost to the Abyss, unfortunately. As is my full set of the Dark Tower, whatever the fuck it was, by Stephen. The only books I remember having.
I don't know why they chose Spider-Man 2099. One, because it's a cool concept. Like these games actually made Spider-Man 2099 make me not hate the character, which is amazing because I hate Miguel O'Hara. But also because like honestly, Spider-Man 2099 and Ultimate Spider-Man kind of play mostly the same. So like aesthetically, 2099 is a lot different looking than Amazing. So let's go with the more aesthetically different Spider-Man than the one that
So
looks.
do you think if like
exactly the same.
Marvel Comics are still going somehow in 2099? Because like realistically, that could happen, and they've been going for a long time.
They have
could
been.
Go for another 100 years.
Yeah, like
if they actually get to 2099, what are they gonna do?
They've already
Be as creatively bankrupt as ever.
to be fair,
do one more.
To be fair, they've already brought up the issue of 2099, saying this is technically in a different universe.
Ah, lame.
Yeah.
Also, didn't like DC do one where like they issued like they did one? It was like issue 1 million, and it was set in like the hypothetical date that issue 1 million would be, which was like in the 25th century or something, or like issue 10,000, I guess, because if they're only doing them once a month, 1 million would be like hundreds of thousands of years. Anyway, it was.
I hate the way my brain works, because you saying 25th century just made me think of 22nd century. And Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century!
Fuck Duck Dodgers! Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century is amazing.
It was one of those shows where its theme song was just repeating the title of the show over and over.
It was really good.
Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes. And
that and Archie's Weird Mysteries.
I don't remember watching it, but I do remember it existing. So
I watched a few episodes of it because it was the show that came on before the good shows came on.
I just don't remember like coming on before or after that Archie mystery show.
The show that I watched before all the good shows came on was Eek the Cat.
I am so sorry.
I know.
That was another show that just had its theme song being saying the name of the show.
Eek the Cat. Eek the Cat.
No, it was like Eek the Cat.
Oh yeah.
I remember all this shit, but I can't do math. Good job, my own brain.
Look, math is for cowards.
Remember the spin-off show from Eek the Cat, The Terrible Thunder Lizards?
I don't, and I'm probably better off for
You are
not.
definitely better off without it.
So, Lyricist, Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century is dumb as shit, but it's still enjoyable. As
The cat is
saying
not.
I watched like the first 2 episodes relatively recently. But also that may seem better in comparison because I had been watching fucking what is it? It was a Sonic show.
Sonic Underground?
Sonic Underground with some friends because of a horrible blood pact.
I just... Wow.
We also watched the other cartoon. I think it was called Cops. Something like that. It was
As in
terrible.
bad cops, what you gonna do?
No. It was like a future cop thing.
And you've got to be stopped. Hey, Big Red
I just...
Bruce.
I miss
Speaking of
that...
future cops, I swear that there was a show about like a future lawyer show, and I remember they had an episode in it, I swear to God, where it was about a woman who like the case was around her having a like penis, I think, or something like that she had it attached or something. I swear it was a real thing that existed. Anyone else know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking? Are you talking about Ace Ventura, where the twist is that it was a trans woman who did it?
No, it was in this. It was like set. It was set in like in the future, like a couple decades, and she was a woman. She wasn't transgender. She just like had a penis, implant or whatever because she thought it was.
Yeah, so like Lyricist, they never found their mother. In found their yes, that is it. Cops, Central Organization of Police Special.
Did I just say that?
So moving away, since you mentioned Ace Ventura, I'm just remembering with nostalgia this period where they would give things that were explicitly not for children cartoon shows.
Yes, like Ace Ventura and Mask. And then they had
RoboCop.
Oh, that's right. They had the fucking RoboCop TV show.
Once you're not transforming,
The specific
you're
example I was
Let's
thinking
keep
of
it that way,
is
all right?
oh god, no, I can't remember it. Toxic Avenger was one. Oh yeah, Sam and Fuzzy got a fucking TV show of all things.
Sam and Fuzzy?
Or Sam and Max.
I was about to say, Sam and
Max.
Fuzzy's a fucking
I was thinking of
webcomic.
the terrible webcomic.
Yeah. Yeah. Sam and Max got a TV show, and it was fucking great too. It was really good.
I found the Wikipedia page for Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century, and
cartoon. What was with this period where they would just give everything a cartoon?
Remember the Mortal Kombat cartoon?
Yes, I remember the Mortal Kombat. I try not to.
Remember how in the Mortal Kombat cartoon they had a really awful scene recreating the part in the movie where Liu Kang kills Sub-Zero with a bucket of water?
I don't.
And like they frame it as like this really big serious thing, and he's like, how would I have known how to kill Sub-Zero without Katana's help? If she had not helped me, I would not have known his secret of throwing a bucket of water as he was using his ice moves at me.
But you spill a shaker of salt on Sub-Zero.
Oh no!
My goodness, he was secretly a slug this whole time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sonya Blade had a catchphrase that was just combat time.
oh, so okay, I found the Wikipedia page for Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century, and under DVD release it says they released the complete 26 episode series and a quote best of collection. I love that even in the Wikipedia page they're throwing shade on the show.
Wow.
Dang.
I never want to do that.
So
again.
Yeah, so fucked up. Yeah, Beetlejuice was a really good cartoon show. I straight up don't believe you that Police Academy got a cartoon show. I straight up do not believe you.
Oh, speaking of Spider-Man, here's a very good Twitter link that everybody should check up on.
I just saw that, yeah. What else got a cartoon show?
God. But the important question is, what else got a cartoon show that was explicitly not for children?
Yeah, that was the implied.
You're safe now.
Yeah, I thought that was implied. Okay. There's like a collectible floating outside the building. I don't know how the hell you're supposed to get that.
I think I crawl up it eventually.
Sorry, I was talking to somebody. I come back to the line. I think I'll crawl up it eventually. It's pretty good.
Like Toxic Avengers, I think, is still the biggest. How the fuck?
Swamp Thing! Swamp Thing got a cartoon. Yeah! I remember having the first episode on VHS.
Did somebody say something? I really couldn't hear anything.
It was Century City. That was the show. Thanks for that, lyricist. And I love the description is, in the year 2030, the United States has 52 states and universal health care. Oprah Winfrey is the president of the United States. Her vice president is an openly gay, retired one-armed four-star U.S. Armed Forces general. And the moon has been colonized. Genes for homosexuality have been discovered, but genetic engineering allows said genes to be deactivated, which as a result has impacted the artistic community greatly. Life expectancy for American women is in the mid-90s.
What?
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 What? What?
Yeah, I guess that's pro-gay if it's saying that getting rid of homosexuality would destroy the artistic community. I don't know, it's weird.
I don't know how to feel about that, honestly.
That is a hot mess.
There's so many.
Woke, I guess.
There's so many conflicting feelings that I have no idea how I'm supposed to feel. Am I supposed to be offended?
It's 90s woke, and the show came out on 2004. So
Okay, just a guess. But I'm thinking smash the giant egg in the center of the room.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Dredge Dredd got a cartoon.
Yes, it did. It did. I'm fairly certain of that as well.
And I was right. Episode 4 is the one about the guy who sues a woman who has a penis for non-disclosure.
Robots are doing their job.
Why are they trying to just use sound, you dumb shits?
Actually, fire is
Get
a
up,
fire.
box.
Actually, legit thing is that fire is a better weakness for symbiotes than sound is. Sound is just the first weakness that Peter discovered. So as a result, it's
I think
it's more
most
well known.
things are weak to fire.
But-
actually.
Isn't it also that, like, Carnage is more vulnerable to fire and sound than Venom is? Like, it's kind of the trade-off of being more powerful is that he also has, like, greater vulnerability to the weaknesses.
Like, I can't think of many animals that won't get fucked up if you hit with them with a flamethrower. I don't think that's just specifically a symbiote weakness. I think that's just being alive in general.
I can
think
get
it's-
lit on fire just fine because I'm so cool.
I think it's maybe it's kind of like a, Superman is weak to magic in the sense that he's no more resistant to magic than a normal person is. Kind of a thing where, like, he can shrug off bullets and stuff, but fire will burn him just as good as anything else.
Maybe like a rhino could shrug off a blast from a flamethrower.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, why don't we find out?
I think that's called animal cruelty, and you'll go to jail, Torpo.
Look, if you get the flamethrower, I'll pay for the tickets.
Will you
I
also
say I
pay
have
for
a-
my bail?
Fuck no.
Then no deal. No dice.
I mean, like if it shrugs off the flamethrower, great. You've just proven rhinos have natural fire resist. But if
Then
it
you die.
doesn't,
And then you fucking die.
rhino stakes.
You either get the rhino steaks or you die.
That was the weirdest tagline to Scarface.
Well, gotta go get lunch. See you later.
Rhino steaks.
I hear they're delicious.
Good to see her.
Just become a GOP donor and you're okay. Yeah, I guess.
Actually, you know what I bet tastes delicious? Hippo.
I don't know.
I think it would be like a really fatty beef.
I honestly don't think Hippo would taste all that good.
I bet it does. I'm gonna look it up.
How does Hippo taste?
I forget if this
Boss
is
fight
the.
kind of sucks.
Yeah, I forget if this is like the. I think this is the end of the level because he's got the glowy bits on him. So that
You got the stank.
he got the stank. So yeah, I think this is it. Come on.
Oh no, he got the suck. He got the suck.
He got the suck. When you nut, but he keeps sucking.
God damn it.
Help is on the way, Spider-Man.
Yeah, this fight's really bland.
Yeah, no. This.
Okay, so apparently, according to people that actually like hunted and killed them, and Hippo is actually really good. It's like a cross between lamb and beef, but well marbled.
You have to support the Slayer unit.
That sounds pretty good, actually. I'd fucking eat that.
The difficulty would be like actually killing one because they're like basically walking tanks.
They're walking tanks that are also murder beasts.
They are horrible. I would be more afraid of a hippo than a lion.
Yeah, I think that's a legit thing to say. I would.
I'm pretty sure
be more
hippos
terrified.
kill a lot more people than lions.
Yeah, I'm 100% positive on that.
Yeah, take that, Big Red.
What I missed?
Nothing yet. I don't.
Welcome to the meat dimension.
Welcome to the bread void. The anger.
The meat dimension.
The meat
You're right up
dimension.
in Carnage's guts.
Oh god.
How's it feel to be inside Carnage?
You're deep inside Carnage.
Okay, good. That did not actually affect the that did not affect the boss fight.
Oh yeah, turkey.
I still got a turkey carcass in my freezer, I submit.
I mean, turkey's not that good. I'm gonna be honest. There are better meats, like chicken is actually better than turkey.
Yeah.
It's also cheaper.
I do
Also-
like. I like turkey.
I'm not saying turkey's bad. Turkey's all right.
Yeah.
It's just, given the opportunity, I would rather have a different meat.
I like one of my favorite sandwiches in the entire fucking world is just sliced turkey, a little bit of mayo on both sides of the bread. It's not a lot, just enough to coat the bread, and then a big old slice of farm fresh tomato, preferably one that you've literally just pulled out of your garden, and you salt and pepper that motherfucker, and that's it. That's my favorite sandwich in the world.
But what about turkey, jam, and cornflakes?
I've not personally tried it. I keep meaning to, but you know, when do you have both turkey and cornflakes in the house at the same time? Never.
I don't know. Yes.
Second favorite sandwich is like pepperoni, salami, and ham with like a vinaigrette dressing. The oil and vinaigrette.
Yeah.
And cherry peppers or banana peppers will do. Spinach. Some tomato on a nice hearty bread.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good actually.
That's some good shit.
The tablet, it's reassembling itself.
Is that Mysterio?
Yeah, the main villain of the game is Mysterio, and this magic tablet that we have to find across many different dimensions has given him real ass magic powers.
And made him very big.
Yeah, is made him big.
He a big boy.
Me, Spider-Man. Look, the web of reality, the tapestry of the universe is unraveling.
Yes, a universe to remake in my image. I will devour every dimension until
Therefore, I have huge guts.
Mysterio.
Last chance. With the walls of reality broken, I can
My
summon
bigness
your
is
counterparts
perfection.
from the other worlds. The four of you, together, are reality's only hope.
Oh, Duck is good, Planthier. Duck is good. It's very, very...
Oh,
it's
okay,
like,
here it is.
It's
Spider-Man
red meat.
1602. Hey, go on. Sorry.
It's like, we use like chicken breast is white meat. You know how that is. But like you get like duck breast and it's like very dark red. It's very flavorful, a little gamey. But you get it, you sear it real good. And season it well. It's real good, but it's very easy to screw up. But it's also expensive and hard to find unless you like know a dude who raises ducks.
I know a guy what raises ducks.
just like you step into an alley, you got that stuff, and the dude unfurls his overcoat, and there's like a duck strapped in there.
You just see multiple ducks like hung inside the jacket.
I got that good shit. You want the Peking? I got the duck jerky.
I got mallard,
I got the
yo.
duck l'orange. I got what you need, son.
God, that sounds like the saddest back alley salesman I've ever heard of.
Now, you don't need to get a swelled head about it.
Okay, so here's the gameplay of the final boss. Is that you combine all four of the previous Spider-Men, and you have to go through all their stupid, annoying gimmicks.
Kalon?
Yeah.
Is this just the Scarecrow segment from Arkham Asylum?
No. Well, Noir's is, but the rest of them play really differently. There's only really so many ways you can do stealth boss fight in
Didn't this come out
video
before
games.
Arkham Asylum?
No, it came out a couple months after. Yeah.
Huh. Because this is like really close to that segment in tone and...
Let's put it this way. It came out close enough that they couldn't have ripped off the Scarecrow segment because the game was already in production.
To be fair, like Arkham Asylum didn't exactly invent that.
Yeah, that too.
You cannot escape Mysterio, all-seeing, all
It was just one of the bigger uses of it.
Yeah. I'm glad that they get Noir out of the way first because this is definitely the weakest part of the boss battle for me. I really
guess
like
Noir sucks.
I like Noir's gameplay normally, but like as a boss, but like this particular version of the boss is not super great. So,
really, I can't remember, and since I've got you here, I'm going to ask. Was Hammerhead invented in the cartoon show or for Noir?
He was in the comics.
bends to my will.
He was in the comics. He was actually originally introduced as somebody who's trying to take over Kingpin's territory.
Are you thinking of Tombstone?
No, I'm thinking of Hammerhead. Hammerhead was Tombstone before Tombstone was Tombstone.
Show off.
Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Stone, what be of a tomb?
Tombstone, too furious.
To find you.
I'm real intimidated.
Tombstonio drift.
So apparently having the power of the gods also means you don't have legs anymore.
Sounds fascinating.
Legs are for quitters.
Legs are for quitters.
Like, you get the power of a god, but you ain't got a dick no more.
You're full of something.
You know what? I don't want to be a god.
Yeah, same.
I'm good.
Your end has come.
Can you please stop like moving back so that I can catch up with you? I would
No. Without
You're
limit.
icky.
You're full of something.
Should have been a spider.
Spiders are gross. Don't touch me. You got too many legs.
So many,
so many legs.
so many legs, so many eyeballs. What the fuck, man?
Foolish insect. Taking your
I don't understand how you move. Did you die?
No,
I can't hear you.
you can recover.
It's like Spider-Man, just like he's just webbed up in a corner of Mysterio's bathroom. And he just gets in there like, no, we have an agreement. You're allowed to be in the kitchen or whatever. You eat the bugs, but not in the bathroom. That is my space.
Yeah, that's
my. This is Mysterio's room for Mysterio's business. You're not gonna watch me do. Hi, Random. How's it going, man?
Hey, Random.
Hey, Random, you see that they're doing a free trial for Monster Hunter World?
Yeah, I actually tried it out. I hunted some great Jaggy, or great Jaggy.
Jagras,
whatever.
A great Jaggy.
Haven't forgotten your old
Yeah,
friend.
Jaggy boy.
Jaggy is a different guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like
like a raptor.
Yeah, he's like a big.
He's a big raptor with a frill who barks like a dog.
Yeah.
I love him. It's my son.
Man, all I
cousin.
fucking want is a Lagombi from the
Yes.
expansion.
I want the Jaggies, the Wargies, and Baggies to show up again in another game. I'm so sick of the
There are
drones.
so many ways to destroy you.
I want Great
All I
Baggy
want-
back.
Look, all I'm saying is, give me a Lagombi. Fucking love that cute ass armor.
Yeah, Lagombi would be pretty cool. And maybe we'll get him with the ice. If we get, like,
That's what I mean. Like that is what I'm hoping.
Since they're adding Nargacuga, they'll probably also add Tigrex, which is great because I love Tigrex. Tigrex is the monster that got me really love this series.
Tigrex is pretty rad.
I mean, they're overplayed, but they're really popular. I love Zenogre so much.
I fucking love the Zenogre. I love the Stygian Zenogre too.
Oh man.
Just like if you thought the Zenogre wasn't anime enough.
So according to the League, which has been right so far, we'll probably still get a Latreon before the early next year, probably for the celebration event.
Latreon's really not that great.
He's alright. I just like the big Papador dragon. It's fun.
Yeah, I want the Brachydios.
Brachydios, also a big. Yeah, he'll probably. I don't know. That's the. Well, they already got the brute skeleton, and so yeah, Brachydios wouldn't be a huge jump.
Fucking
Gormagala, I would like back.
Gormagala is an amazing one. That and the Shigaru Magala.
Yeah. I think they could. I mean, God, what's his fucking name?
What do you do?
No, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the fucking name. The Spiky Boy.
The Nargacuga?
No. Spiky Boy.
That's his name. That's his, yeah, there we go. Spiky Boy. You got it in one ape.
What's his
Nergigante. What's his name? Spiky Boy.
The Nergigante.
Yeah, Nergigante already uses some of Gormagala's animation. So I don't think it's too much of a stretch for Gormagala to get in.
So what else was there? The Celtis, I think was the name?
Yeah, Steltis. Queen Steltis, that would be cool. I want to see more Neoropterans in general. I would not mind the...
You guys are just making up words
crabs
now.
to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've just got
you
your
mean
chat
the-
in on it.
So many ways to destroy you.
Yeah, no, my biggest problem with...
There's Skyla. I want Skyla again. I mean, I could just go play Gen Ultimate, but still. And I really want Zamtrios, because I think Kalon would love the hell out of Zamtrios.
Fuck, what's the Zamtrios again?
Naming
big
rejected
shark.
Final Fantasy monsters.
Oh, him, yes. Yeah, my biggest problem with World was like the general kind of lack of monsters.
I mean, they're building an entirely new, all of it from scratch.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, that was my issue with it. Like, that was its biggest problem and kind of part of why I burned out.
Yeah.
Also, everything was a dragon. Everything was a dragon.
Did
Which
somebody
is,
say
eh.
something? Because I really...
sadly, I don't think we're gonna get Lagiacrus because they've straight up stated that they are not gonna add Lagiacrus.
Lagiacrus is fucking dead to me. As someone who played 3, fuck the
I
Lagiacrus.
want Lagiacrus only because if they have the Levian skeleton in, they can also add a Cantor and Mitsune.
Okay, yeah, see that I can give you, but also, like, fuck the Lagiacrus. Fuck that game. Oh. Sidious is the worst one, though, or whatever the fuck it's called.
So, Kalen, you would absolutely love Zamtrios because it's a big land shark,
Standing on solid
but it also puffs itself up real big and tries to roll around on you.
You chuffy boy.
This should finish you.
I thought that was the. At first I thought you were talking about the big rabbit thing, with the rabbit.
That's the Lagombi.
Lagombi is like a cross between a koala, a polar bear, and a rabbit.
And it is fucking mean.
I also want to see. I don't want to see Kezu back because I hate fighting Kezu so much.
Yeah, no, same.
But I do want
Giganox
to see,
also I want gone forever. Please.
I'd rather have Giganox. I would if I had to choose between the two. I would pick Giganox.
Oh, Giganox is better, but also I still hate it.
Giganox is an interesting design, other than Kezu was just a big penis.
I mean, Giganox got the suck.
Giganox is cool. I like Giganox.
I love the Thor Dragon.
We named Kalon's stream to get the suck.
You weren't here for Venema.
Yep.
Kalon, you're hitting every obstacle.
Trying not to.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. You're terrible.
There we
it's
go.
not hard. You have such a head start. You just move. Oh.
Listen, you don't know how slow you actually move during those bits.
Yeah, I've played this game. I know exactly how slow you move. It's like watching my mom try to play video games.
Let him get away.
They'll probably bring back Uncleos. Or whatever. Is that his name?
Come on, how about a real challenge?
The uncle.
Yeah. I think that was it. They'll probably bring him back.
Uglios, Kalon's other stream.
There'll probably be like a couple brand new ones.
No.
I want to believe that one day they'll bring back that fucked up Eldritch thing that I can't remember the name of.
The fucking octopus thing?
Yeah.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah, it's all broken.
I can't remember his name either.
Shit, does this game even have a Fatalis?
No.
No, this game's Spider-Man. So
It's man, a lot of Monster Hunter World talk in a game that isn't Monster Hunter World.
I mean, this is...
We've been talking Spider-Man for like 3 hours now, so we're kind of...
We've breached every possible avenue of conversation already.
And I'm not exactly sure what else we can say about this boss fight.
Yeah, like this boss fight certainly is a multi-stage boss fight against fucking Mysterio of all things.
Yeah, but now it's the Amazing Spider-Man version. Slightly different, but still the same. Basically the Ultimate Spider-Man one, but you have to swing, which wasn't in Ultimate Spider-Man.
You know what? I want you to like beat his first phase, and then the mask falls off, and it's a luchador under there, and then Rey Mysterio pops up next to the name, and then he goes into phase 2.
I wish. No, that's nothing nearly that cool happens.
You just beat him again, the mask falls off, and it's Old Man Jenkins.
The true final enemy of the game, the Shocker.
Oh no.
That's who they could have put in instead of fucking Juggernaut.
But he's the Juggernaut, bitch. God, those movies suck.
I still can't believe Lunestra is in World.
I can't. Yeah, I can't believe that either.
Fair.
Wow.
She hasn't been in a game since Freedom Unite.
Yes, but also she's basically a palette swap.
Yeah.
That's why they could have her in. Yeah, some of her moves are a bit different and they got the combo moves, but also like at the end of the day, they didn't really need to do as much in terms of assets.
Yeah. So we're still supposed to get, I think it's Oshiri Kirin, which I'm not looking forward to because a Kirin is still a Kirin.
Yes, but also it gives me booty shorts and that's what matters.
I do love the male Kieran armor. It's great, but I hate fighting Kieran.
Oh, fuck fighting Kieran. It also harkens back to the days when helmets were hair.
Helmets are hair. That's why they call it helmet hair.
No, it's a hair helmet.
Yeah, I want to see all, like, Baggy, Wargy, and Jaggy. I want to see them back.
Please.
Baggy. We're having a nice sneak nap. Barioth is probably going to be back.
Just give me Zenogre armor. I want those fucking fox ears or whatever.
Why did my controller just stop doing things for a hot second there? I don't know why.
What do your controller do?
Yeah, but like usually they make it more obvious that it's a cutscene, and it wasn't obvious that that was a cutscene. So why? Again, I ask, why did they just take?
Kalen, you're asking a lot of questions.
I don't know how to feel about World's Armors not being anime enough.
I don't know.
I don't know. They look kind of anime to me.
Some of the wacky designs. Oh no, there are some straight up, like, you could be like a straight up Gundam in some of the old games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or once again, straight up, most helmets were just different hairstyles.
There was a
like
set
anime-ass hair.
in 3 Ultimate, which I really liked, which was like, remember in like Stargate, the movie, not the show?
No.
Where they had those armors which were based on the Egyptian gods, and that one dude had an Anubis armor?
No, I don't, because I never saw that movie.
Okay, you could have that. You could have Anubis armor, and it was cool as hell. Like, some of the armors were really, really very Japanese.
Yeah, no, like it definitely seems like they built World to be more approachable to Western audiences.
More grounded, I guess.
Yeah. Like, that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad or good, it's just...
I mean, it's their best-selling game ever for, like, in the history of Capcom, so they've clearly done something right.
It helps that it wasn't on specifically handhelds, too.
Yeah, that I think is the main thing, where it's like, this is a game that should be beautiful, but for some reason it's on a handheld, so it looks like
We're still using art assets from the PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lesson to all you wannabe bad guys out there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. The narrator of this game is Stan Lee, which makes me very sad now.
Because you might unleash forces beyond your control, like the palpable.
Why was Juggernaut used? That's a good question. Why was Juggernaut used? I don't get it.
How close to this was that one X-Men movie?
X-Men 3? Let's find
You
out.
should learn how to count. Something tells me you're outnumbered. Gentlemen.
Let's see here. That was made in 2006, and this I think was like 11.
So then, no.
Come on, give me a second. I can tell you exactly when it was made. 2010. So.
The walls of reality are
that's
rebuilding themselves, and now you must all return to your
I would also not mind Tetsuya Bara coming back. I like fighting the big frog dude.
Hey, I'm from the future. To me, all you guys are ancient.
I like his armor and I like his weapons.
There is a future, and men like
I like the great sword that's just a giant chef's knife.
Bye, guys. Next time you should hang around longer. We could start a bridge club or something. Come on, Misty. Time to drop you off at Supervillain Daycare.
Okay, but what about that rock dragon that shot a fucking laser the second you entered an area?
What, Bassaros?
Yes.
Fuck that dude.
Everybody hated him, it was great.
Everyone hates Bassaros. Well, yeah, monsters we don't want to see come back. Definitely Plesioth. Fuck him forever.
Fucking hate the fish boy.
Or Cephadrome. Also bad.
And what have we learned here today?
Cephadrome sounds like some kind of disease.
It basically is.
There'll always be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, any of the Bassaros clan or Gravios.
All of you web-spinning wonders.
I don't want to see Rajang again. I hate
Nobody wants to see the Rajang again.
I hate fighting him so much.
Everyone hates the Rajang.
Let's see. Who else do I really not want to see again?
I don't want to see the Kangala again.
Now I could do without seeing Conga Law.
So yeah, that was Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, a game that I definitely don't remember it being better than it actually was.
Next is Web of Shadows, which is not better than it actually is.
No. Next, yeah, I guess I have not actually played Web
I
of
spoiled
Shadows.
it for you.
I've not
there you
actually
go.
played Web of Shadows. I've played like about 20 to 45 minutes of Web of Shadows, and it was really okay. That's pretty funny. Hammerhead trying to create the this is how you turn one gun into 5 guns. But like I've played like 20 minutes of Web of Shadows, and oh man, that's a video game, all right.
Sure is. Sure is a video game.
It is definitely a video game.
It's a game that was made.
This is a video game that was made by human beings.
It technically exists.
Is that like a Green Goblin Power Ranger squad that I just saw?
That was a Hobgoblin Power Ranger squad, but yes. Also, why are you trying to cover up Electro's dingle dangle? He doesn't have a ding dong dangle dangle.
Show us his dangle dangle, you fucking coward.
He doesn't have one though. Like you straight up get to see his Ken doll like lack of dingle dangle in the level.
Show me dick.
Show me his plug.
This is really fucked up right here.
Yeah,
yeah, that is actually really
fucked up. But yeah, I remember this game being much better than it actually is. Not saying that this game is bad. It is just not as good as I remember it being. And also, I
it's bad.
No, I would say it's fairly average, honestly.
It is a solid okay.
It is a very solid okay.
That about describes Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, yes.
I haven't played Edge of Time. I own Edge of Time, and it's made by the same
Edge of Time is the other kind of okay one. Yeah, Beanox makes some decent Spider-Man games. Web of Shadows is bad. Edge of Time was kind of okay.
Who the fuck is that?
A Scorpion.
What?
Yeah, Scorpion in 2099 is a man who injected himself with Scorpion DNA, and he became this giant Scorpion man.
Don't you know that injecting yourself with animal DNA turns you into the animal what you injected yourself with?
Yeah, like I injected myself with a giraffe DNA, and I grew horns.
That's the trait you pick from a giraffe. that's the most notable feature of a giraffe to you.
Listen, I was going for subversive because the long neck thing would have been a little too on the nose.
Plus, there's clearly a guy that's already done the long neck thing. You don't want to just repeat someone else's.
Also, the long neck thing is kind of is kind of the thing that that the Penny Arcade guys would make a joke about because that's their stupid, dumb.
Should have gone for the tongue.
Fake fetish that they made up for
Just saying, you should have gone for the giraffe tongue.
Oh, I didn't know about the giraffe tongue.
Torpid makes a point. Giraffe tongue would have been the correct decision.
Why are there 2 people named Alexandre Lessard and Alexandre Lessard 2? I'm guessing one of them's a father, one of them's a son, or maybe they just had 2 people just happened to be named Alexandre Lessard.
Those are the ugliest children.
Yeah.
Look, Goblin's handing out balloons for some reason.
What is going on with that image?
She's doing like a pizza party, I guess? I don't know.
For her fucked up goblin children?
Yes!
I think some of them were Scorpion's kids, too.
Yes, it does appear that way.
Ah, my buddy.
This guy's the best fucking guy, I tell you what!
Well,
This is a video game. This is a video game. It's very much a video game made by human beings. Oh wait, here's the post-credit stinger, guys.
What the?
He's
Enough said, kids.
yep, literally a fishbowl. Congratulations. Very on the nose.
Spider-Ham.
Yep. Thanks, Dan.
Spider-Ham is in the movie.
Thanks, Dan Slott, for making a pretty alright game, I guess. Thanks, Daniel Strange, for writing this. Thanks, Mark Hoffmeyer for making really bad, awful jokes that are played endlessly on repeat over and over again. You guys are
So exactly like Spider-Man.
No, because at least Spider-Man
exactly like this stream.
Yes, I would say it's more like the stream than Spider-Man.
I still like that bit in Ultimate Spider-Man, where Spider-Man literally pulls out flashcards to insult Kingpin.
Yes! Oh, that's like a really, really good part of Ultimate Spider-Man.
When you cut yourself, marshmallow fluff comes out.
And he's like, no, that's not laughing. Okay, you're so fat that when you stepped on the scale, it said, oh hell no. No, really? You're not laughing at that one either? Okay. There's also a really good scene in Ultimate Spider-Man, like way after that, where Kingpin wants to talk to Spider-Man for some reason, and they just share a pizza. They're just sitting at a pizza. Kingpin's like, yeah, I ate at this pizza place once, and I liked it so much that I bought it. So here, have a slice. Let's talk business. And Spider-Man's just like,
two buddies eating pizza 5 feet apart, so it ain't gay.
I was gonna make that exact joke. Fuck you.
Wait, Neil Patrick Harris voiced Amazing Spider-Man? Yeah, all those Spider-Man voice actors were from previous cartoon runs, and I forget which one Neil Patrick Harris voiced, but Amazing Spider-Man is Neil Patrick Harris, who did, like, New Adventures of Spider-Man or whatever it was called. 2099 was voiced by the guy who did 60 Spider-Man. Noir was done by the guy who did 90 Spider-Man, and Ultimate was done by the guy who did Spectacular Spider-Man back in like the 2000s.
Props to Fabio Riccini there for lead rigging.
Mm-hmm.
Good work, man. Top quality work. If I had to make up an Italian name up on the spot, like if it was in some sort of kind of wacky hijink where I was pretending to be Italian, it would probably be something like Fabio Fettuccini.
That's pretty good.
I would go with our standby that has not come out yet because I haven't uploaded them to iTunes. I need to figure out how to do that, but I would go with Anton Chapo.
Anton Chapo.
What?
Okay, so you know how in Roll20, when a GM makes a character sheet for your characters, it generates a random name for you.
Mm-hmm.
I got Anton Chapo.
Yeah, he got Anton Chapo as his character for Monster of the Week. Which, if he had not already come up with a name, he said he would have taken that. Since then, Anton Chapo has become an actual real-ass character in the game. Anton Chapo.
It's just fun to say.
It is. It's really fun to say.
Anton Chapo.
Anton Chapo.
Be a great name for a luchador.
It would be. As it stands, it's a pretty good name for a retired cop.
Is it?
Credits.
Sure love them.
Yeah.
So there sure are a lot of credits. A lot of people worked on this game that
Speaking of
very
lot of
quickly
credits,
made it into the
Sergio Gonzalez Manre.
A lot of people worked on this game that nobody remembered.
Yep.
Hey, I remembered it, and then it turns out I probably shouldn't have remembered it because it's not nearly as good as it is.
As I said, nobody.
It's on PC, and it's one of those games on PC where it's like, it's controller only. You've got no settings. Nothing changes. Here you go. It's on PC.
It actually famously did not work for Julia so much that she bought it, wanting to play it, and she never got to because it refuses to work on her computer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
One of those ports where they just did the bare minimum.
Pretty much, yep. Well, I mean, they did more than the bare minimum. I mean, at least there isn't a 6 GB patch to keep Spider-Man from falling through the floor.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well, didn't it?
Yeah, that game still is a fucking buggy mess.
What game?
Arkham Knight.
That's okay now.
Arkham Knight.
I mean, I played
when it first came out. There was a 6 GB patch because they could not figure out how to keep Batman from falling through the floor forever.
Arkham Knight is still one of the, I think, maybe single-digit numbers of games to get pulled from the Steam store.
Yeah, they pulled it while they fixed it, gave everyone who already owned it all of the other Batman games, and then put it back on the store once they fixed it a little bit more on PC.
And it's still broken as shit from what I hear.
I was able to play through it, no problem. It didn't break for me.
I hear it has something to do with like certain kinds of graphics cards.
At the time, I was using like an okay one, and it's worked on everyone I've used since, maybe. But it's not like I ever went through and did all the DLC and stuff, which I should probably do. DLC is very good.
The DLC is fairly good. I like the Batgirl one in particular is really good.
Yeah, I should reinstall that and play through the game again, and also do the DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, Esquire has quotes unquote fixed. Yes. It functions sometimes, depending on your graphics card.
I specifically recall the portion of the game where the entire city is all foggy. That was not awesome. That was real framey, like single-digit frames.
This is why I play games on consoles.
It was bad on console too,
Oh,
Galen.
shut up! Yeah.
It wasn't
No, that
that
part
bad.
was brutal. It was like
I don't remember it being that bad.
15
I've
frames.
played the game like 3 times. I don't remember ever having
If
issues
you
with
were
that.
to glide or slingshot across the city, because it was loading so many chunks that were all had that like huge fog on the ground, it was bad. It was not good.
I don't remember that, but then again,
This is making me want to replay it, but then I'm just gonna go, oh right, this is why I stopped playing.
The answer is video games are terrible.
Yeah.
I say playing Red Dead Online right now. Kill me.
I still need Spider-Man PS4 game.
Look, let me tell you about my insatiable lust for dress-up, okay? I have a problem.
Oh yeah, I wish there was crossplay for Monster Hunter World, but I think that's mostly due to Sony because Sony's a huge.
It's always been Sony.
That's because crossplay is a fucker in general.
Well, I mean, Sony in general does not like
Also,
crossplay because
networking. No, actually, for Monster Hunter, networking in that game is fucking atrocious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the networking's not awesome from what I hear.
Like, it's great when you connect, but connecting is the problem.
As I understand it, because every action is resolved independently, even in a limited way, when multiple people are playing on the same server and all of the monster actions need to be getting resolved, it's a lot to keep track of for the server, and that can cause some hiccups.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mostly my issue's been with connecting, like, in part because all of it's done through Steam on PC.
Yeah, the PC version has that issue. It's not so much a problem on consoles, but it's a big
No, it
issue.
still sucks on consoles from my experience. Because I played the hell out of it on PS4. Like, it's just a pain in the ass regardless, the way they have it set up.
Yeah. You can go through the entire game solo, it's fine, but still, yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I enjoy, I like that they did with that game compared to previous ones is there aren't like different progression paths for online and off.
Yes. Yes, that was good. But yeah, it's always going to be an issue because in a game like Monster Hunter, you have to make sure that monster is doing the same thing for everyone.
Oh my god, they also have to go through all the names for Marvel. What?
Oh no.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of how these things tend to work.
These credits are never going to fucking end.
No,
they're
they're
still going
worse.
on. Oh my god.
Could be worse. It could be Mighty Number 9.
Oh no, I would skip.
oh,
I
right,
would skip
Kickstarter.
through the Mighty Number 9 Kickstarter names.
Look, I have seen someone play through 2.5 Mega Mans during the the Mighty Number 9 credits.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Aren't
Yeah, that was the thing MT
Mega
did.
Man's not super long.
You can Yeah, you can bust through Mega Man pretty quick if you understand what you're doing.
Yeah. Like, I can beat...
2.5 whole Mega Mans.
I can beat Mega Man 2 in, like, 45 minutes or something like that.
I know one of them was... I know one was X1. I don't remember what the other two were.
I made it back in time for the credits.
Yeah, you've only got about 40 or so minutes. To
No,
no,
I found it. They're done. The credits are done.
All right.
They're over.
Much like me, these credits are done.
Yeah.
These credits are finished.
So-
But they'll be back after a minor refractory period.
So thanks for
Alright.
watching, everybody.
And one last time before we go, Venema. Venema, everybody.
All right. Goodbye.